We got left here. There we go. There, right there. You're good.
I was gonna say this.
Hey, we are live. Tornado Tech Podcast.
Little loud. Little loud.
Mine's
I'm
good.
out again.
Don't touch mine. Mine's good. Look what else room I got over here. We got no Austin.
All right, no Austin.
Austin.
All right,
God
so
damn
It was
it,
me,
Austin.
Austin. It was me all.
it was me all.
Still,
I'm trying
still
to-
deaf in the right ear. Still deaf.
I'm trying to skip some of the news.
We can give you a different.
There you go. Nope. Yes. No.
I'll just wave.
No. Now I'm completely dead.
Oh, I
Dead.
hate you.
Oh my God.
Swap me headsets. Give me the orange ones.
Well, I got you.
Well, as we do this, we were gonna talk. We're gonna
There we go. We're good.
review
We're
Double or
good.
Nothing tonight.
All right, yeah.
That's
so,
what we're gonna do. We'll talk about Raw.
We're
I'm
gonna
trying
try-
to skip. I'm trying to skip news that
We'll talk
pertains
about
to later on.
Moxley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So first bit of news. It's kind of local news and wrestling news. It's on our page. We had a return from the dead during a show in San Diego for Crowbot. Macho Man Randy Savage.
Whoa.
I was like, where are you going with this?
Yeah,
one?
really.
I was thinking
Macho-
the Invisible Man.
Yeah,
He
Macho Man
died.
Randy Savage comes back and performs Thunder Kiss 1965 with the Crowbot Boys.
It is very good because he sings the whole song in Macho Man voice.
I think he had too many Slim Jims.
Yeah, Brandon was in the back puppet all day because he was.
alive, yeah, 1965.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he says, "Oh yeah," because Rob Zombie likes to say "yeah" a lot. So I thought it was very good.
So we can announce this. This is John Moxley will be wrestling in New Japan.
Yeah, and he's going to take on Juice Robinson for the U.S. title. So they had this video that was playing, and it was
Mhm.
bothering Juice Robinson. You couldn't see this guy at the bar.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, everyone thought it was this guy from Europe. I forget his name. And then like, there's a symbol in the bar, and it's a
An X with the.
like an hourglass,
Yep.
and then like it turns sideways, and it spells out Mox. That's genius.
It is just,
So
come on in, Scott.
So I saw that he actually the prison promo that he cut after he was
Yeah.
releasing his contract cost $8,000.
yeah, he filmed that. Yeah,
$8,000
yeah. He talked about that
for a
podcast,
promo.
And,
And we have the fourth man who is completely not on camera.
Yeah,
Oh, I'll adjust it.
I'll be down because I'm taking up a lot of space here.
There we
Not
go.
really that
There we
easy.
go.
All right, we got him. This is we had him on Banging Bears. This is a Sharpie. This is Sour Scott.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He dubbed you a nickname because he said Ben said he likes sour beers and he goes Sour Scott. That's a cool wrestling name.
Yeah.
So
Works for me.
you're Sour Scott on Tornado Tech Podcast.
Yeah, it works for me.
And then another quick news. This is just a theory. I'm just putting this out there to stir the pot and maybe get some eyes going. But if AEW put a commercial out during their show
Really?
for the Chicago, for
Mhm.
All Out in Chicago,
Nope. No way.
and the stars
Yeah. It's,
that are surrounding the AEW logo are the exact same stars that CM Punk used on his.
it's a
fist logo.
Chicago flag. Like I said it on a post. Imagine if they had a show in Philly and they had Libertyville there.
Yeah.
But a wrestler used Libertyville. Doesn't necessarily mean.
Yeah.
And see, the thing was, it wasn't just the Chicago flag, though. It was the fist with the lightning bolt in the
Was
center of
it?
it, too. Yes.
I don't think they did. I think that's
No.
trademarked.
That was I put the fist and the lightning bolt with it just because I said the stars from that logo are the same stars they used.
Yeah, because it's the Chicago.
Yeah,
a
it's the
city
Chicago city flag.
So
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't know that.
So
was
I mean, it's fun to say maybe, but I know. I think
yeah. And then I don't know who posted this because I can't see who's posting on the page sometimes. But someone put a video
Really?
of I can't see who does it. That's why I said we got to put like a dash our names. But someone put this genius video of this girl at the indie show screaming in this guy's
Oh
face.
yeah, it's
And
so
she
good.
goes to sit
This
back
guy
in her chair.
is my
It's
hero.
the fucking greatest thing ever. So I don't know if you've seen
I
this.
haven't seen
So
it.
this girl gets up in this indie guy's
It's
face.
only like
He's
Oh, yeah,
screaming.
I
She
did see
screams,
that. I
and
did
he
see
you.
that.
pulls the chair out, and she dies.
hopefully she didn't complain.
I saw
and say she
that,
got
and I'm
hurt.
like, that is pure heel
Yes.
gold.
that's like 80s stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
do me a
you-
favor. Text. 1 second.
I'm gonna text you who to text. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I had to mute the mic real quick just in case we're not.
That
clear.
is how we censor ourselves
Yeah.
on a live air podcast.
Yeah, I had to say some bad
We
words.
were
everyone.
swearing like sailors.
Yeah.
Like Taz and the one he did to do.
Outbreak Wrestling announced the main event
Mm-hmm.
for Robbie Rodkey, and we kind of talked about it, and we said, well, listen, we think the guy's a future, but coming off his first win after 4 losses, I thought it was a push. They didn't go with Castro. They went with Ian Bush.
They went
Yeah.
with Ian Bush, and
I guess
I can tell you right now that
I
there
think
is.
the fanfare got him over.
Yeah, I would say so.
I can tell you right now that Cortez Castro is
Is not happy.
going to be happy.
Yeah.
I would not be happy. I would not be happy either.
I personally do not want to be anybody that faces Cortez Castro in the next 2 months.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I guess
Shoot.
from a booking standpoint, you're going back to Temple.
Yeah. And then the next show's at Hamburg.
And I feel, I guess, if you're going to say we're going to give the title shot now to him, we'll do it in a very heavy, popular crowd for him, which personally, I have more respect for Robbie as a heel because I think he's a great heel. And I think with a very pro Ian Bush crowd and his heel
It'd be
abilities,
very easy for him.
it is going to be, it's like literally a softball for him. You know
It's
what I mean?
literally going to be a comedy show where they all cheered. It's like, I own you. I own you. I
Well,
own
even
you.
during the match with you, when somebody they were saying Andy, and he's like, just keep cheering for him. And he's
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like he's a great heel.
It should be easy for him.
Yeah. So they're
Get heat.
and they're definitely going to give him the heat. So I mean, from a booking standpoint, I can see that aspect of it. It's a knockout of the park in that for the heel. But I mean, man, Cortez is undefeated, and a guy gets his one win after 4 and he gets it.
It's a title shot.
But I guess that's what happens.
Maybe Cortez sticks his nose in there.
Maybe.
You know?
I mean, but I guess
He's not going to go quietly into the night.
no,
Let's just put it that way.
I don't think so.
He likes to make his presence known, and I have a very strong feeling that he's just going to light up whoever gets in his way from this point forward until he gets what he wants.
So Nyla Rose, I don't want to get too much into this because we're going to talk about it later. But Nyla Rose did a really good interview.
Yeah, I watched part of it, but I didn't get the whole thing.
Very, very good interview.
I think it was after. Was it after or before Double Nothing?
after.
Okay.
Yeah, it might have been after. I don't know.
Either way.
The new belt. We got a new belt that night.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think I like it, but
It looks like New Japan
I
and
kinda wish-
WCW title had a baby.
Let me see. I haven't seen it.
I wish the side plates were smaller and then the main plate was a little wider.
The AEW on the front
See,
is gorgeous.
I kind of like how the side plates look like the belt broke, but it still holds
it's like one piece.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
moving, because like there was in the being elite, Nick put it on his shoulder and he's walking around with it. It looks pretty good, and it does bling a lot. So
One thing I couldn't figure out was why one of the Hearts was debuting it.
I guess just to have.
that was the
legend.
save. Fu Vince, Brett, one of your greatest champions is debuting our belt tonight.
I guess so.
That makes
yeah.
more sense.
And everybody knows if Bret Hart gets a chance to stick it to Vince
Yeah.
McMahon,
Yeah.
he's gonna do it.
Yeah, good point.
Wow.
I just hope that this
Alexa
doesn't.
says, "I hope Robbie wins." She's
Oh,
cheering for
wow.
Robbie.
Hey, wow.
I just
Well,
hope
they
this
just
doesn't
like you.
rebound on somebody like Natalia still under contract with WWE, even though that would reflect poorly on the company
I
for
don't-
doing
I
something
mean,
like that.
I don't think they.
I mean,
don't
if
know-
anyone's
I don't
gonna
know
be
if it could get
targeted-
any worse for Natalia. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If anyone's
really.
going to be targeted, it's going to be Natalia and Renee.
Do you remember when they gave her that farting gimmick for a while there?
Yeah.
I was like,
where she like pooped her pants?
yeah, poor girl.
And then,
it's good shit.
I won't. All right.
Such good shit.
Pun intended.
Yeah.
Camp Breakout, which is going to be a like a camp. I guess you can go if you want to do refereeing, ring gear, referee.
It's basically going to
The
be a
training
giant seminar
Yeah.
camp.
Yeah.
It's going to be a giant
Is
seminar.
that before the show or is that a different day?
I think that's a completely different
It's a
day, a
Saturday-
completely different thing.
Saturday, July 13th at 8 a.m.
Oh, and where's it at? The Temple or? Or is
It's
that
going
the
to be
dungeon?
at
I want to say it might be at the Fieldhouse.
Pine Street, Hamburg. Yep, at Fieldhouse.
Wow.
So if you are someone who, I don't know if this is open to brand new people.
It is open to pretty much anybody who is looking to break into the business, I would assume.
Really?
Or
Yes.
trying to better themselves at promo skills, wrestling.
But do you need
Commentary.
experience, like wrestling experience.
I would at least assume you have to have a little bit
That's
of
what I
wrestling
would-
experience.
yeah,
Or
right.
commentary, interviewing, ring announcing.
Referee, yeah, something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I just seen it, but there wasn't much written about it.
yeah.
by the time I
So
looked.
if you want to get into that and you want to maybe test your,
Mark and
test-
Troy would probably be there.
you know,
I mean,
if you want to come in and even if I would say if you have no experience, I don't think it would hurt to show up and talk to people and find out what you have
Yeah,
to
if
do
you
to
want-
get
if
the
you
experience.
Even
wanna
if you're
wrestle.
trying to break into the business as a ring announcer or a commentary guy, trying to sit next to me,
manager. Yeah.
I would love to be a manager.
Man, then you'll be
Camera
running
guy.
around the ring screaming like Vince, God damn it.
I would love it.
Or you could sit next to me and we could do our thing.
Yeah. well,
You could be my co-chair.
yeah. Maybe we'll talk about it. Maybe I'll be
Okay.
at Camp Breakout.
Yeah, but it's cool. I like what they're doing. It doesn't say who's going to be like training or whatever. Or,
Yeah,
I
it's
assume
it's
Mark
just
Troy.
open to anybody who's looking to better themselves, and I think it's a
bet
great
she
idea.
is.
So I'm
This
gonna
needs to
do
support.
the cliff notes for this. John Moxley was on Talk is Jericho.
So I listened to the whole thing. So
Yep.
I can. It's a great interview. So if you have time, listen
How
to it.
long was it?
Like an hour and 20.
Yeah.
I
So
just
some of the
skimmed through the notes of it.
some of the cliff notes where he cites his frustration with WWE's writing team. And,
Clearly, they
and
said
pretty
as soon
much-
as he came back from his injury, we're gonna have something for you. We're gonna push you hard, and we're gonna go from there. As soon as he came back, it's like,
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, and he did also say that it's not all the writing team. That some of it, like they just can't get by Vince.
Yeah.
Vince is not. He can't get out of
Which
his own
that
way.
report theater that we
Yep.
talked about.
He wanted to leave in early July.
That's what he said he knew.
He wanted to leave as soon as he came back, and they had him.
rejoin the Shield.
No, they had him doing the gas mask thing.
Yeah, he
the-
wanted to be a heel, and then Vince said, "Oh, he can't be heel because I'm going to put the Shield back."
And he
together."
said he had
Wonderful
like a
while.
sick feeling when he was using the Roman thing as fuel for it.
He hated it, and I guess he said the first spot, and he said the second thing they wanted him to say the next week, he absolutely refused.
Yeah.
He wouldn't even repeat of what they
Yeah,
wanted to tell him.
Yeah, he wouldn't tell
But he
Jericho.
said that would have cost WWE sponsorships if they would have if he would have actually agreed to saying
I
it.
wonder who he's like. He's like, if you wrote that, you're an asshole or something.
Yeah.
I wonder what it was. You know?
Yeah,
I'm sure it had nothing to do with any of the writers writing that, because
Right.
I can't see the writers having that kind of mentality towards somebody
mhm.
in that situation. I think that came from Mount Rushmore down, saying you're going to say this and you're going to like it.
And he said that once he gave them his notice, like I'm not coming back. Then they started doing the I'm gonna bury you thing.
Yeah. He said, "We're not going to bury you on the way out, pal." He's like,
And then they booked him against Nia Jax.
yeah. And then he said about EC3, and apparently he's like, how would you get cheered if like they're burying me and everyone knows that they're cheering for me anyway? He's
Yeah.
like, I can say anything. I can say I hate your mom. They're just going to cheer for me.
Exactly.
And that's why Vince doesn't like EC3 now, because he didn't get cheered for that.
And yet EC3 is still sitting there like,
Yeah.
woohoo, I'm getting buried again. This time just
Poor
on the
guy.
main roster.
well, he's getting buried as punishment for not getting over on the crowd
Yeah.
on
And that's not his fault.
Ambrose.
It's his own fault.
I
He
don't-
knew
I don't
better than to
think so.
come back to WWE after the first time.
Yeah.
He left the WWE for these same exact reasons, and now he's paying the price again, even harder on the main roster, where everybody gets to see you look like a miserable son of a bitch
But
every Monday night.
I don't think he even got a chance this time. I don't like EC3.
When did he
but-
come to WWE first?
He was Derek Bateman back when NXT was like the game
So
show.
probably like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, God.
He said he loves two things, and he loves wrestling, and the other love was his wife. He didn't even look at his new contract when they offered
Yeah,
it
he
to
goes,
him.
I didn't even look at it.
He spent $8,000 on his own money for that social media prison video. Each Monday he would get physically sick to his stomach, and he couldn't live like that anymore.
They recorded that video in February.
Really?
Yeah.
He said he would come into work and like search the word depression, hoping that it would have some kind of realism to work.
Yeah. He said that he was mentally exhausted from working with Vince. He says we all know he's going to die in that chair. There's a legit passion. He says he wakes up every night thinking of a line for a promo. He would get sad when he knew that he had no creative freedom in that regard. He used to work WebMD depression because he felt like he was dreading to work. He said it's killing the company. Mox said about Vince and his creative process, and he said he would have left the WWE if there was absolutely zero other wrestling companies to go to, and he just wants to be the best version of himself.
Now, let me ask you this, because I know WWE has a board of directors,
Mhm.
and Vince, unfortunately, is the head of that board. Could the board potentially take a vote of no confidence against Vince and get him out?
Well, they do that in big companies.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
possible,
it's
but I don't
the
know.
same.
What
I
if
think the only way that can happen is if they all get fired. Then
what
they
if
all will
Yeah.
vote
You
against
fi-
it,
you
'cause
fire your entire board of directors. Who are you
Because
going to hire to take their
Yeah.
places? Because nobody's going to want to work for you, considering the facts.
what
he'll
if
have that
what if his
51%
kids-
control.
his kids in Triple H Montreal screw job Vince out of his own company?
I mean, they all own percentages of the company. They just got to. If they would get on board with Fox, if
I'm
Fox
sorry.
was the mystery,
business.
if Fox was the mystery buyer for all those shares, and Shane, Stephanie, and Hunter can
Tony.
take their shares and put them with Fox, that would potentially give them 51%. Maybe they could, and if I'm sure the board of directors have shares. There's no doubt in my mind they have shares.
Vince goes to punch in the door
Yeah.
at the headquarters, and his badge don't work
Yeah.
anymore, and Triple H is just like,
Sorry.
Sorry, dude.
AEW bans a fan for life.
Did you look at that dude's Twitter account?
Yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah.
Really?
I hope
I
that
didn't look at
dude
it.
seriously gets kicked in the face.
We don't promote violence, but they
We
pretty
promote
much,
wrestling. Wrestling is violence.
but pretty much, yeah. But
Violence.
I don't want anyone to physically get hurt. So if that guy kicked in the face, you can
Tell
hear
that
from
Andy
us.
Hedder went through
Yeah.
a table.
Yeah, that was scripted. It was a preempted table
Yeah,
going through.
preempted.
But no, this guy, he put a ton of transphobic stuff.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
And it's like,
It wasn't even just transphobe. The dude's a straight up racist.
Yeah,
if
really.
you looked at his profile, and I'm not promoting anybody to look at his profile, the dude was a straight up
he's
racist.
a scumbag. And I
Every
guess
single post he put up there had something to do with every form of race, religion. This, that, and
I
the
only
other.
want white guys in
yeah.
this
And now
wrestling
here's the
league.
thing too. If you are a supporter of Tornado Tag Podcast, this is the one and only warning that we're going to put out. We support Sonny Kiss. He is a local. He wrestled local here. You know, he's very good friends with a lot of the wrestlers that are going to be featured on this
He's
show.
engaged to a very good friend of ours.
Yeah, he's engaged to one of the best indie guys in the business, who I think should get signed as well. And so, if we post something about that, and you have anything negative to say, you will be removed from the page. That's all there is
I
to
don't
it.
think everyone will. But,
Yeah,
you know,
We
you never
are
know.
LGBTQ friendly.
Yes, and
I hope I got them all.
and if we post anything about Nyla and you say anything terrible about her,
Yeah,
you'll be banned as well.
I hope I got them
Or
all. That is
anybody,
all of them,
you know?
right?
Yeah, you know, same thing. Even if we post
know more
something,
than I do.
anything, just
Yeah.
do not. We're not for that. If someone's a
If you
heel,
want to hate them because they're a bad wrestler, that's okay. We don't
Now,
hate them because they're
we're
black.
not like other pages who are going to put out there about wrestlers and their specifics behind the camera, what they do in their personal life. We're not about that. We're here to talk about shows. We're here to talk about facts. We're here to bring you the information that you might not know about what's going on in
and
the
if,
wrestling
and
world.
if somebody in that business feels comfortable enough with themselves and brave enough with themselves to go out and put themselves out like that, that's not easy to do.
No.
Yeah.
Darren Young did it on TMZ.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Literally just completely came out to some dude interviewing him at an airport and just
Oh yeah, it was
right
real
out.
quick. No,
Yeah.
you could say you hate Darren Young because he's a bad wrestler because he's a bad wrestler.
Sure.
he's
Yeah.
not he's not that bad.
But, yeah.
He's better than a lot of the people they have there now.
Now, I can give Andy credit by saying you can sit there and say someone's a bad wrestler. I personally wouldn't, because I've never been in the ring. That's just that's the way I look at
Hey,
it.
he looks great.
Yeah.
Give him that. It looks like remember when he's John Cena? Like John Cena's John Cena did a
Like-
funny quip about like what my mom screwed the milkman or something
Yeah.
like that.
And then some local podcast news. Then we'll get on to Raw and SmackDown. Skookstock coming August 24th. Please save your date now. Come on out, hang out with us.
Is that Saturday?
It is a Saturday.
Andy Hedder will be there signing autographs.
Yeah.
Now you sold all the tickets.
It will go from 3 p.m. to 2 a.m. It'll be hosted
Whoa.
by our podcast, Bangin' Beers. 10
Which
sites.
means we'll be there by 7 a.m. and be there till 7 a.m. the next day
Is there
cleaning
gonna,
up.
is there gonna be 2 stages?
One stage.
Okay.
Yep, one
Now,
stage.
are we getting a stage, or are we just going to do like a tractor trailer rollback with a canopy over the top
What do you mean?
for as far as a stage?
No,
goes?
it's a like an outdoor
You
stage.
said that, yeah, there's a physical stage.
Fantastic.
Yeah, there's a legit stage.
Because I was talking to Fody about that today because I didn't know how it was going to work, and
Yeah,
I said I'm not sure.
it's
if
like an
just-
amphitheater.
That works perfectly,
Yeah,
so I
that's
can
awesome.
inform him on that, so none of his brand new equipment will get
I never
jacked.
knew about that place.
Yeah, and even if it does start raining, the venue inside holds about 900 people comfortably.
I don't know about comfortably.
That's what they said.
Have you ever been in Goodfellas when Brett Michaels is there and seen 1,000 people comfortably? It's not possible.
comfortable at a rock show is different.
Were you ever at this place though?
No.
Yeah, who knows how big? it
10
is? I mean, I have no
10
idea.
sites are available, so if you would like to bring a tent and sleep in the field
Whoa,
overnight,
hey
you are
now.
welcome
We
to
do
do
not
so.
encourage drunk driving. First
Yeah.
and
I thought you were
foremost,
gonna
if
say
you know you
we
can't
don't-
drive, please do not
I
drive.
thought you were gonna say we don't encourage tents in the field. but You can do it.
Pitch a tent. Pitch more than one tent if you want that night.
Hey,
And, um,
whoa! You can't steal my joke from the other night. You cannot do that.
And then we will have food and drink available on site.
Vendors.
And then next year there's gonna be a wrestling show too.
Yeah, if we can find a way to do
the
it.
rings outside.
An
All we
outdoor-
need
yeah.
is a doctor.
Yeah, really.
All we need is a doctor.
and a ring. I mean,
Tyler's got the ring.
Tyler's
Yeah.
got a ring,
Yeah.
and I can get an EMT.
Nope, has to
What?
be a licensed medical physician.
yeah.
Has to be
yeah.
licensed.
All right.
And I think you need you need the.
If anyone knows a doctor, send them your way.
I don't know how you can get around it.
Give it a
If,
few
like the
years.
state
Yeah.
game, like, might need the,
Oh, you
Yeah.
need
the promoters.
that's where we called
Yeah.
Jared.
Yeah, Jared. Yeah.
With Jared and Chio.
RC. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gio. There's a lot of people that have licenses.
We know a lot of people
I
who
know,
can
I
do
know,
this.
yeah.
the
I know.
tornado tag show. The
Torna-
IWEP.
Yeah.
No, wait a minute. There goes our pick'em belt to okay, you're our champion.
The IWEP championship. Yeah, a lot. We have live comedy as well. We have some
Oh, really? That's
comics
awesome.
perform.
Now you're gonna like band, comic band.
That's
like,
what I was thinking.
Maybe, yeah.
We will discuss this off camera.
We
Well, there's plenty of time.
were going to try to do acoustic acts in between, but some of the acoustic acts couldn't make it. And then I thought it'd be a lot easier instead of trying to plug in equipment. We could just have a comic go up and go in between while the band
It
is
is
setting up.
because the mic's on.
Yep. So I think that's kind of what we're thinking about doing.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be fun. We have a lot of cool stuff. I mean, the band. Here's a talk about all this. We don't even talk the band lineup. So we have three
Slayer,
covers, 3 original bands. So the original bands are going to be Faith in Exile, Mahantango, and Look Alive.
Mhm.
All 3 local killer original bands. Then you got Japan 4, Bad Maggie, and Apollo 88. I mean, and these are all 6 bands that want to play together
Cool.
on a set.
Japan 4 plays more of the sad boy music.
Where
while
are
Bad,
they from?
Bad Maggie's
Yeah.
kind of 90s.
So yeah,
Japan 4.
They're possible.
Possible.
yeah, they're fucking high
Then
energy.
Apollo 88 is more.
They're punk pop,
Punk
like
pop.
Blink, stuff like that.
So it's everything Andy Header will hate and leave in 15 minutes.
I won't say anything negative.
Yeah,
Well,
not
pretty
his
very
genre of
local.
music, but we do have Faith in Exile for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
like
you'll
Faith in
enjoy that.
Exile.
And then next year, obviously, if this works out and we have a big turnout, we'll get different bands and we'll have more fun with it. And
Maybe more. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We might need a bigger venue.
Yeah. You never know.
hopefully, another cool thing, Smart Mark Alley is at 681 likes, so they're almost at the 700 mark. We're not even at the 700 mark,
Wow.
but we're all about helping people out.
Mhm.
Go like their page. Go
Our
help them
fan
out.
pages are.
Our fan pages are.
Our fan
And
pages
then,
are way above us.
Stephanie McMahon put a video out in WWE
I seen
saying
that, but I
that
didn't get
Brock
to watch
Lesnar
it.
and Paul Heyman's disrespectful Money in the Bank contract and promises that her and the McMahons will take executive action. So are they going to strip Brock?
Why don't you
Bullshit.
Take, why don't you take executive action to have a match with him the first hour of the show?
Yeah. So
Can we just please talk about how that the first 2 hours of Raw on Monday was
about an
nothing
hour,
but
about
promos,
an hour and a half.
Yeah, was it? Or an hour and
That was
15 or
terrible.
something?
It was
just promo
promos.
after promo.
And then they tried
after
to sneak a
promo.
match in there, and it turned into a promo anyway.
Uh-huh.
Wasn't it Dolph and Kofi just fighting for
Yes.
like 15 minutes?
Yep.
Mhm.
Which I guess they figured that's a match.
But
Now-
that was a solid 15-minute match.
Yeah.
Very solid.
But the only thing that saved Raw was when they actually did have a match on. It was a phenomenal match.
Who was it?
Cesaro and Ricochet was awesome.
And they edit that out of Hulu.
Did they?
I didn't know. Last week they did. So this week I'm just assuming they
Oh
probably
my
did.
god! If they did, that's such a letdown because that match was unbelievable.
I'm not a fan of Cesaro's new music either. I'm not.
Oh,
I'm
he
not
has a
feeling it.
whole new gimmick, like a whole new music.
Like he comes out like his Titantron videos,
Yeah.
like him doing the bar stuff, but
Uh-huh.
just him, and the music is just.
Well,
it's like spacey,
His
Yeah.
old music was
and
awful.
they're trying to
So-
and they're trying
I'd
to
rather have seen him with the old music.
they're trying to do the Swiss Superman thing. They keep
Oh,
seeing
really?
so like his stage looks like stars, like he's
Oh,
like
okay.
landing, and he kind of like so.
I
they're-
liked when he came out with the suit, ripped the suit off.
Yeah,
like
I
James
mean-
Bond.
yeah,
I mean, at least the old music, like the da da da,
Oh.
wasn't so bad. Like you rip the suit off, you
That
walk to the
music's one of the top 10 worst theme songs ever.
yeah.
Like,
It can't be worse than Antonio Cesaro. That
was the
music was
same-
bad.
That was the same music, wasn't it?
No.
Yeah, I can't remember the other matches, but they were
There was
decent.
like Becky and Nikki versus Charlotte and Lacey.
Yeah, that was all right.
Yeah.
And
That-
then
that- that
Iconics?
filled
I
time.
forget.
and then Seth Rollins wrestled
Oh, it was the four.
Sami Zayn.
Oh,
That match saved Monday
Yes.
night.
That was awesome.
That saved
Well, what was
Monday night.
Very good. match.
Baron Corbin won the title shots.
Oh yeah, that was I forgot about that.
Well,
Yeah,
Bobby
that was a
Lashley, Drew, and Baron.
Oh
Braun.
yeah, so that
Yeah.
yeah, so it was an elimination match where it would come down to elimination. So by the end of it, there would be 2 people left in the
Yeah.
ring, and then halfway through the match, Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman left the ring and went and fought backstage,
Mhm.
and they just said they were eliminated, and then it turned into one fall,
Well-
and then Baron Corbin.
They didn't
pinned.
even say that. they
Hit a
got
very
eliminated. They just-
impressive end of
said they
days.
left.
Yeah,
So did they say they at least count him out?
no,
No.
they didn't say nothing.
No,
They-
Well,
they,
then they're
they
still
never
in the
came
match.
back.
the commentary team
Just
was
the-
just like,
Then Baron didn't win.
yeah, Baron won, and they're like, it's a shame that that the 2 guys eliminated themselves by leaving the ringside.
What?
Yeah,
Over the top
They
rope.
just left. They said they left the building.
Yeah.
That's so dumb.
I'm like,
Who did it come down to?
Then
Baron and who?
why even call an elimination match? Just
Baron
say four way.
and
Braun. Oh no, Braun. So
it was Braun and Lashley left.
yeah.
was
Braun-
it Mustafa?
No.
No.
I
Who was the
forget now.
4th member?
Once Baron won, I kind of forgot what
Yeah.
happened.
Because I remember he went for like a springboard, whoever it was, went for a springboard and caught him in the end of days. It was
Yeah.
pretty sweet.
Mhm.
I'm trying to remember now. It wasn't Finn Balor?
Mm-mm.
I forget. But both Raw and SmackDown were pitiful.
Oh,
Once
yeah.
again,
And
SmackDown was
coming off a great
SmackDown
pay-per-view
was better
like
than
Double or
Raw.
Nothing, and
When
it's like
SmackDown started, and it was literally 5-10 minutes in, they went right to a match. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, good.
I was ready to just fast forward.
The opening
through all
match
of it.
was Kevin Owens and Kofi.
Yeah.
And that was almost a half hour if you factor in the commercials. The match went almost half hour, 35 minutes.
Oh, wow.
I thought it was a great opening match.
Yeah.
I'm so done with them opening 20-minute promos. I can't stand it anymore.
Yeah,
5 minutes tops.
Honestly, I tuned into SmackDown, and then it started, and I immediately, once I started the promo,
Yeah.
I completely lost interest.
When
What-
Raw's really bad, it makes me not want to watch it.
What
Same
happens?
here.
What happened? The camera comes on. You show the crowd. The announcers cut like we're live here
Yeah.
in Kansas City.
And then music
then-
plays,
yeah,
comes out.
right.
Wrestle.
And
And
then,
then a side note from Raw, local Allentown guy Lance Anawaki.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good for Lance. I say.
good for Lance, very good for
Got to
him.
wrestle Shane.
I don't want to cover too much of the show because I don't want to. We are at almost 25-minute mark. I don't know how long the Double or Nothing is going to go,
Double or
Okay.
nothing's not
But-
going to take long.
but I think a lot of opinion based will come out of Double or Nothing. So I think that'll, and then we have our topic tonight. But the show, how did the show go overall?
This is
By the time I got
Samu
there,
show.
after I stopped in 8 and got there, it was standing room only.
Wow.
People were actually asking, do you have any more chairs? The only thing that I'm a little peeved about was this little girl paid $150, like her parents paid $150 for her to meet and greet everybody, get the autographs. She lost her folder. The folder got turned in. The girl got her folder back. Somebody stole the autograph
Oh,
of Samoa
God.
Joe out of the little girl's folder.
What a dirtball.
Yeah.
Right. But other than that, so a couple of surprises that weren't there. The Colognes apparently showed up for the meet and greet, which was a big thing. Snitsky was there.
Well, he was trained by us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ace Austin showed up. Ace Austin, another, I believe he was trained by Samu as well.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Either that or he got his break
He
through
might,
Samu. But he showed up and put on a great match against what I would like to now call him as the poor man's Juice Robinson, JXT.
Okay.
I don't know where this guy came from.
Australia.
PW?
He's
Oh,
Australian.
really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The match was great. The match was solid, but I just don't care for the guy.
Really? I haven't seen him.
Did you hear anything yet?
No, actually.
All right.
Not yes, the other guy.
But
Yeah.
I posted on the Tornado Tag page, if you haven't seen it, what happened at the end of the night. It didn't matter who you were, face or heel. Everybody came out to the ring, and everybody
You
just.
sound like you were pretty close.
I was standing right against the guardrail. I had no
Oh,
choice.
really? Oh wow.
But Cassius Ohno, Chris Hero stayed the entire night after the autograph session. Didn't have to stay, but stayed to support Samu all night.
He took a picture with Gary from Smart Mark.
Yep.
Was in the Boston.
Nice.
The NXT superstar Kona Reeves was there. He
With his
was
blonde hair.
Yeah, he was like in the old gimmick. I'm like, really? You went back to the old gimmick? But he came out with that Carissa Rivera, who ended up winning the Diamond Division title down there.
Chrissy Riviera from CZW back in the day, or the other.
Carissa Rivera, her name
Oh,
is.
okay.
Taller,
Yeah.
a little bit taller,
Mm.
about 5'2", 5'3".
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
The main event was going to be Lance versus Falaba for the CZW, WXW heavyweight title, which ended up getting interrupted, which was a very solid match between two Islanders, if you will, but ended up getting interrupted by Santa Slaughter, and the match ended up turning into a 6-man tag after, I'm sorry if I get your name wrong, Zoltan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Turned into a 6-man tag, which ended up getting won by Zoltan, and
Okay.
Lance.
That's cool. Lance is very good. I was
Yeah.
supposed to wrestle him one time, but something happened in the show, and then supposed to wrestle another time, something happened that show. So
And I think he had
I'm
a good,
sure we eventually will.
I think he had a good showing done Raw. I mean,
Yeah.
he took some good bumps.
The only thing I thought was
I,
funny, we were talking beforehand, was like people were actually down there chanting Shane O'Mac at him, and he's just laughing about it. Like,
Yeah. Do you think at any point he can he get called up?
I don't know. Maybe. Well, at least NXT. You know.
I mean, it's not. He doesn't. Nothing
He's
against.
not as
nothing
big
against.
as his
yeah.
family.
Yeah.
He's only 215 pounds. Like
A little
he's
shorter.
not.
Yeah.
He's shorter. He's not really like. He doesn't fit the Samoan stereotype, if you will.
Drop 15 pounds. Throw him. He could be a nice
Maybe
cruiserweight.
gain 30 and
Hold on one second.
fit the.
You either go up or down. Either be
Yeah.
a cruiserweight or be a heavyweight.
Yeah, because you know how Vince is with that. Like
Yeah.
when you talk, whoa, camera's going crazy.
Yeah. Camera. Down the bottom, it's
Oh.
doing like.
It's flickering.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. But you know how Vince is about those stereotypes.
Yeah.
Like if you're a Samoan, you
Yeah,
got to be
yeah.
300 pounds
Yeah,
and
big, fat,
huge and
wild-eyed,
tattooed. Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
But no, I think Lance has a very good future and possibility with any company. Honestly,
Mhm.
I think he's slightly younger than me.
Yeah.
I personally, was hoping that the whole family would have wrestled that night. That wasn't the case.
I think they could have sent the Usos.
They should have.
Yeah.
I should have sent the. I would have sent Roman,
Yeah. What, imagine that place. He just
Yeah.
walks out, and he doesn't have to wrestle. Just come out and cut a promo.
especially if you like here. Like, all right, Pennsylvania is a big market,
Mm-hmm.
very big market. That had a lot of people that are obviously watched Raw.
Yeah, and talk about the goodwill that would.
You want
Brilliant.
Roman to get some cheers, and you send him to an indie show.
Yeah.
And not only that, you're competing with AEW, who randomly has people show up at events.
But not just an indie show for your
Family.
for your cousin that has cancer.
Yeah.
Like, people who would woo that.
I would have put Roman on that, and I would have sent the WWE camera.
Yeah. And I want to send the Usos too.
The local news
I
was
put
there.
the
The
Usos in
local
the main
news
event.
covered it before and after the show. And I still can't believe that out of the kindness of his heart, I can't remember his name, but he donated $5,000
Yeah,
to
so-
Samu's costs.
So they did a thing at WrestleMania when the brand new video game, the WWE 2K 19, that there was a challenge, and if you won the challenge, I think you had to beat AJ Styles
Yeah.
at WrestleMania, but you had to do a tournament to get there. He won
$1 million.
$1 million and then donated 5,000 of it to Samu, which was awesome.
Yeah.
And I just hope that they got what they need, the funds to help
Mhm.
cover his costs, help him try and get on that transplant list somewhere.
Yeah. Now, just going back to Raw and SmackDown real quick, what happened? I forget. They had it was SmackDown where they had the double or the 24-hour championship.
Oh, yeah.
Elias won.
Elias won, and then at the
then
end of the night,
They had a tag match, but
yeah.
Shane said the
Shane
rules
said
aren't-
the
He,
rules
rules
he
aren't-
negated the rules until
Yeah.
the end of the tag.
I
the
seen
tag
that. And I
team
was
match.
like, well, I already hate that.
Which
Yeah.
makes the belt nothing because then like what, Drew comes
As
back
soon
out.
as the match was over, Elias is laying there because he took the pin.
Yeah.
Roman kind of looks up at the ramp, sees them all the way up there, looks over at Elias, hits Elias with the spear, and he turns and looks at Truth. He's like, "Come on, come on."
So Truth got his belt back.
Truth got his belt back.
But what that says is like Roman's like, I'm above that belt,
Yeah.
right? Because
Which-
if it was a great belt and so prestige, when Roman won it,
What makes the belt funnier to
yeah,
me.
I mean it's a joke title.
Yeah, it's 100%, but it's
I'm
hilarious.
sorry, but
Well, it's going to bring all them B superstars out and let them get some spotlight.
I
Yeah.
just love the fact that Truth is like posting all these videos with
He
it.
does
It's
post
just
funny
like,
stuff. That's probably the best guy to post.
Yeah.
like when he
100%.
did that Old Town Road spoof with that I posted, I'm just
Yeah.
like that's funny.
We put
Yeah,
sunglasses on the belt.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run till I can't run no more. Like he's
the
just
European
singing.
title.
Yeah,
I got a good kick out of that.
yeah, he's hilarious. Honestly, I would do more stuff on social media where people keep chasing him.
Yeah, I would have him lose it too, but win it back like right away.
When,
On
he's,
social media.
when he
Yeah,
was
like
at
a
the
2-minute
dentist,
video.
it was great. He's literally in the chair, like trying to let the dentist work on him. He can't let the dentist work on him. He's
Yeah.
just looking over his shoulder.
That's gold. It's absolute gold. And like a guy like Zack Ryder who's took off on social media, I get you more people are following our Truth. Just like have him lose it, and then
Speaking
gets
of
it back
which-
an hour
Yeah.
later on social media.
Yeah, because anybody can pin him. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't have to know how to wrestle. He
Yeah.
can lose to celebrities and stuff.
I know that the Universal title's back on Raw, and it's great to see it back on Raw weekly. But where the hell are the tag team champions? The tag team titles are defended almost weekly on Raw, and now you haven't seen Hawkins
Well,
and Ryder in
Well, I
like
think they're
4
trying to
weeks.
get them to beat their old reign just by not wrestling.
Yeah, they just don't show up for 2
I mean,
years.
it worked for Brock.
Yeah.
Brock's
Yeah,
a
but-
lot.
but
The
they
long.
were week to week superstars,
Oh.
but unfortunately, Zack Ryder only wrestled
Talk
once in
about
the
that
fiscal year last
Terrible
year.
tag division. It's just
I
awful.
forgot who the tag team champions
Yeah.
were.
You just made me have to think who it
Yeah.
was.
You got-
Hawkins and Ryder
you
are
got
the Raw tag team
Usos
champions.
and
The Good Brothers.
they don't need their job.
The Revival.
Yeah, the rival.
They're all hanging out at a
them.
block party.
Yeah, that's terrible.
It's pretty sad that all the tag teams are going to SmackDown to wrestle instead of being on Raw fighting for a belt.
Mhm.
Yeah, they
You know,
should
the
just.
Usos left Raw to go back to SmackDown because
I think they're contemplating merging the titles,
They should.
the tag titles.
They
What
just need to
happened to
merge
the-
everything back together and call it a day.
what happened to the new belts that were supposed to be revealed at WrestleMania?
Yeah, they're supposed to have brand new.
Brand new tag team title belts.
Oh, really?
'cause
They
people-
were made.
paid
They
for
were
pennies.
started to be made the beginning of this year, and they were supposed to be debuted at WrestleMania.
Oh,
They were sitting in where were they? New York?
oh shit, that was loud.
That was
Sorry,
a pop.
I forget where WrestleMania was this year.
New York.
New York.
They had them in the arena, but they never debuted them.
But that would have meant that they're going to merge the divisions if you're going to debut new titles.
Yeah.
You should. Why not?
I mean,
you don't even have enough tag.
The women's
teams to
tag
win
team
division.
titles was a good start. Maybe a 6-man tag to
Oh,
kind of.
Speaking of the women's tag team, did you hear what the commentary said about Bailey?
No.
She is a Grand Slam champion.
She is.
Because she won the NXT and both the Raw,
Yes.
SmackDown.
She's the
and
first
tag,
female Grand Slam
Yes.
champion.
What?
That's
That
a
is so
thing now.
ridiculous.
Well, I guess out of the girls' belt, she
Yeah,
won them all.
100%.
Yeah,
Well, for a while there, they said Charlotte was the first Grand Slam champion.
yeah. 'Cause,
She was the first one to win both Universal titles and the
NXT women's title.
the Diva and women's title.
yeah. If you count the Diva, then she's the only one really.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, but technically the Divas title became the first title she
Yeah,
had.
yeah,
So
okay.
that's still technically the same
Yeah,
title.
yeah.
But yeah, because Bailey got the tag team, she's the first
Yeah.
Grand
I've
Slam.
never heard them say it over air
Oh God.
that she's the first.
Well,
Grand
actually,
Slam.
Rey
I'm like,
Mysterio became a Grand Slam champion,
did.
but and they
And
didn't
nobody
talk
said
about it at all.
anything.
And now he's going to be out like
Ko-
6 months.
Kofi's a Grand Slam champion.
no,
They don't
say
care
a
about
word.
the U.S.
Didn't
title.
say a
at
word.
all. They don't care.
If Kevin Owens gets a tag team championship, he's a Grand Slam.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He
The only time
almost did.
It just seems like it's getting easier and easier for everybody to win these titles now because, well, we don't want to put it on somebody of less importance. So we're going to put it on Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Why not?
No.
Just because they're getting more airtime. You're going to be
Sami,
every tag
Sami
team
Zayn drops AEW live on TV, and the
Yes.
rumor backstage is that it pissed Vince off.
I'm sure.
but
I'm
I
sure he
don't-
told him to say it.
I 100% think he said it.
Yeah.
champion.
And
That was
If you go back-
100% came from backstage because there's no way in hell that's coming out of his mouth
Yeah.
without the go ahead.
If
And,
you didn't record it on like a DVR and you go back now and wait for it to come on the network, it is completely edited.
Yeah,
out.
they edited it all
It
out.
is-
of the
you go
YouTube
to
and
any
everything.
other
yeah,
It's edited out of YouTube.
everywhere. It is completely edited off of it.
It's like
I'm pretty sure when they
dumb.
first put it on YouTube, it got bleeped out.
Oh,
Like
wow.
they bleeped it like
did
it
you
was
see
like a swear.
the spike in searches for AEW jumped up when he said that, so it worked against them.
Yeah.
It's like
I'm trying to think what else was relevant about that.
Brock dancing was the best thing.
Did you
I
see
like
that somebody actually
I don't
dubbed
like
that
Brock-
over Ninja Rap?
I seen that, and I
Yeah.
see the Backstreet Boys one too.
Yeah, but
That wasn't that whole promo was a joke.
I only watched that little clip. I couldn't stand it.
And like I appreciate the fact that they're trying to play it off like Brock didn't know, but like you're slapping the shit out of Heyman. I have a year. You didn't tell me I had a year.
Yeah.
Like,
It just
someone
shows
said-
how stupid he really is.
Yeah, someone said, did Brock never watch any wrestling at any Money in the Banks ever? Like,
Mhm.
did he not know about Seth cashing in last year?
I think that's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna call it now and say Brock holds on to that son of a bitch all the way up until WrestleMania and pulls
Oh, yeah.
a Seth. They'll be in the middle of a match, Seth and whoever, and Brock's gonna come out and be like, "Hey, remember this?"
unless
I say
they
he
do
uses it over
I
in,
hope he does that
Saudi Arabia.
and it backfires.
unless they
That'd be
do
cool.
this whole thing what they're doing online right now where the McMahon said they're going to take action. I don't know. I doubt
What
it.
kind of action can they do?
Yeah.
What are they
I
gonna
mean,
do?
they made Carmella defend her Money in the Bank again on SmackDown, and they had a whole Money in the Bank match again on Raw. So maybe they'll do something like that.
Yeah.
The only thing I could think is like they did with how Strowman was in. Oh no, this was after he won it last
It was supposed
year.
to be Sammy.
Well, no, remember last year he actually put his Money in the Bank up for grabs in a match.
That's Sharpie.
That is
Yeah,
Sharpie.
Sharpie. Yeah,
Who was that?
Tyler Budwash.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
All right, so with Budwash on the phone, we're going to jump straight into Double or Nothing. We have our cards. The only two things we didn't get were, if anyone remembers who the first eliminated was. Does anyone know?
I have no idea.
Was it the Japanese baby oil dude?
No.
No. No, it was not Michael.
I didn't see
Nakazawa.
the battle royal or the other pre-show.
Yeah, I'm not sure who it was either.
No.
Last eliminate we do know is
I don't check the website. I'm gonna check it.
I'll
Yeah.
pull it up.
Okay.
Glacier? I
the
have
last
no
was
idea.
Glacier was like the third eliminated.
MFG
MJF.
MJF.
He was the last. Remember, he went out and hit outside.
Yeah, and then no one
Excalibur
knows.
kind of spoiled it and said, "Remember, MJF is still outside." It's like, "Oh, don't say that.
Yeah, and then most eliminations we don't know
we
either.
don't know. Yeah. So I said Joey Ryan would win. Joey Ryan wasn't even on the show.
Yeah.
What did you say would win?
I had Janela. I think.
Okay. And who did
No, I had Ryan. I had Joey Ryan as well.
And Austin said
Michael E. Michael
Elgin.
Michael
Yeah,
Elgin.
no, he's Impact, and he said MJF.
Michael
would win.
Nakazawa.
He was close.
Yeah,
None of us got it because we
Yeah.
all assumed Hangman would have a match.
it was a spot fest. It was all right.
I thought
Joey's spot was awesome.
The cigarette.
Well, that and when he got put through that table.
Oh,
going
and he almost
outside.
broke his
yeah, that
fucking
looked
neck.
crazy. It looked like he landed like safe and then kind of quick turn.
Yeah.
But I thought this battle royal not as good as the All In battle royal.
Okay, I could agree with that. From what I've seen,
And the whole when 5 guys come out, it kind of takes away from each guy's entrance.
Yeah.
Like when it's like 5, I'm like, oh, who's that? And then they
Okay.
come in and they can't really shine.
So, the first eliminated was Michael Nakazawa.
Okay.
Wow. So did you
Adam Hangman Page
No,
was the
about
winner. Last eliminated was MJF.
Mhm.
Most
I got that.
eliminations were MJF.
Wow.
And
have that.
Adam Page was the 21st entrant.
So I think MJF's gonna be one of their like big heels going in. when they start
I think.
rolling.
Well, here's the thing with MJF. He's part of what's the organization? He's not. I don't think he's AEW signed yet.
Yeah, he is.
He is
Mhm.
because I know he's a big player.
MLW, but
in
I think
MLW.
he kind of left there. Either he left there or he could still do some dates there to kind of fish up.
He's
Apparently,
honestly
everybody's
apparently-
contracts are still open until AEW
Like
officially gets
October.
their TV deal. Once
Okay.
the TV deal
Yeah.
kicks off, that's when everybody's contracts lock in.
yeah.
I was gonna
Because
say, how
apparently now spring break next year might not be Joey's. They have to find someone else to have spring break during Mania now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Orange Cassidy maybe, but unless they sign
Probably.
him.
His
That's fine,
spot
too.
in the battle royal is hilarious too. Coming in like all sloth, like slow motion kicks.
The kip up with your hands in your pocket, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was
Um,
the 22nd man.
I'll tell you what, MJF is he's a
He's a
phenomenal
good promo.
heel.
He's a very good promo.
So good on the mic. So good on
He's
the mic.
young too.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think he's 23. They said.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
gonna be something.
He's right
else.
up there with Velveteen. Velveteen and him the same age.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, yeah.
He just doesn't have a physique like Velveteen.
No.
Yeah, and then we got
So I said that the battle royal.
His
good.
promo skills
Good,
are a lot
Good.
better than
Wasn't
Velveteen,
great.
Mhm.
It was good. It was entertaining.
then Hangman comes out and he's a 21st.
which was a little disappointing because I was at least hoping he would have had a match at least with
I was thinking
Moxley
he
or
would
somebody.
had a match, but what do you-
Yep. And then he wins, so Hangman is going on to fight the winner of Jericho Omega.
And we'll get to that.
Then we had a pre-show 205 match. We had a pre-show cruiserweight match.
Kip
So-
Sabian versus Sam Guevara. I've never seen
Skip
either of these two
Sabian and
guys
Sammy
wrestle.
Guevara was probably one of my
Yeah.
favorite matches. Of the
Really?
night. Yes.
Wow.
I caught the end of it. I didn't see most of it.
I thought it picked up near the end, but again, I say good. I don't think any match was terrible. I mean,
I-
probably the women's was at the bottom end.
The triple threat women's tag didn't do nothing. for me.
I love the Japanese one.
Really?
Yeah,
But,
I thought it was great.
The
That one
winner-
wasn't bad.
The winner
I
was
like,
Kip
it went-
Sabian.
That match went exactly as I thought it would go.
Mhm.
Like they just got like 8 minutes. Everyone had their little shine, and it was over.
Yeah. But going back real quick, Sabian wins, fall type pin,
They-
aerial moves 8.
And I got the 8.
I had 6, so I was almost there.
I got the 8 on the nose, which
But
I was actually
I
surprised
said
about.
Sammy would win, right?
Yeah,
Is an X the
No, Kip Sabian won. X is wrong.
did Kip
Check marks
Sabian
are
win?
right.
no,
Sammy won,
Kip
didn't he?
Sabian won.
Kip Sabian.
Oh
won.
geez, never mind.
Yeah.
The first time seeing these two guys wrestle, I like how Sammy came out with the big panda thing.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a good heel too,
Mhm.
like a good mid card heel.
Now that we're gonna get to the main card, I want to address 2 things. I think we're pretty split on this. Now, I was with Tyler on a lot of this, and then as the show went on, I don't think it was terrible. I just think they should re-strategize if that's what they're gonna do for the commentary team. Tyler, you
Mhm.
can give your opinion on that real quick, and then we'll try to off that.
Yeah,
think-
I mean,
Go ahead.
going through that, like JR is not a lead guy anymore, and they need to do something. I think even they shouldn't even have him on the entire show. If they wanted to bring him in for the main event, have him in for the main event.
Yes.
Excalibur
They should
didn't
let it
exactly
be,
do
like,
the
But
job.
young
either.
guys game
What?
now.
Excalibur was fantastic.
So here's
Excalibur knew everyone's names.
Yes.
He knew their moves, and he
Yes.
knew back from PWG. He even like when the
Yeah.
Bucks started doing people's finishers, he said that's from Kevin Steen and El Generico.
Yes,
and he said that's from the Mercy and
I agree. I
Guns.
thought Excalibur
He should
was
be
good.
the main guy.
I think the third guy should never be
Yeah,
there
if
again.
that's his first time doing it, and like
He's
that he
he's
should be gone.
actually a sports writer.
yeah, yeah.
And,
He should go
that's
ba-
one thing
he
that
should go
Cornette
back to
commented
that.
on, saying how he was talking like this in the background, and you could barely hear him. He wasn't really.
Yeah.
He knew none of the moves. He barely knew any of the people. He was just going by what the teleprompter was saying.
Yeah, so they
How
should
about
have.
when he's like, I have no idea where we're at right now.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like
And they all just looked at each other. Like,
Yeah.
are you serious?
JR was like,
it
what
was
are you-
it was the Cody Dustin match, and he's like, I have no idea what match is
Yeah,
next.
I think
Yeah.
Luchasaurus. Excalibur should be the play-by-play guy. JR should be color.
Yes, I agree. I think JR should just focus on the
Or bring him in like he said for the main event.
Yep, he should just focus on stuff in the ring and throw
Back-
some commentary here and there.
Yeah.
But I think your main dude should have been Excalibur. He should have been like,
Yeah,
next
like-
match is this, and this is what we're doing. And if you like this guy, then go check out this website. Like he should have been the one to cover all
Yeah.
of that stuff.
Or he knows the shit.
Yeah, and I think they kind of caught on to that midway through the card because then Excalibur really stepped up.
Yeah, he took the
Once JR did the I have no idea where we were,
lead. Yeah.
it sounded like somebody got an earpiece and said Excalibur.
Yeah.
We're calling
Like,
we're calling an audible.
JR's best call was when Mox came out.
Yes.
Like he waited until the end of the show, and like that's what he's good for now, though.
Yep.
That like moment. And
Yeah, that
that's
quick pop.
what he did best.
One of the funniest lines is in the Joshi 6-man or 6-woman. One of them did the 619, and I forget. I think it was Excalibur said something. He's like said the area code, and then everyone said, "You know the area code for Japan?" I was like, that's awesome.
But yeah, so we'll get to that tag match now.
One other thing you would have appreciated from the Samu show.
Yeah.
When they were cheering for Ace Austin, they were going, "Let's go, Ace!" I'm like, Hiroshi Tanahashi's here.
He comes out. No,
Yeah.
what is it? What a coup!
So we'll just say Team 2 was the Sheeta, Rio, and
No. That wasn't the first match. The first match was SCU versus Stronghearts.
SCU.
oh yeah, SCU.
I thought it was a great opener.
It was a good match. I thought it was perfect. It was exactly what they needed to open with.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
think
was good. It wasn't anything crazy.
But I don't think
I'm not the biggest fan of SCU though either.
Yeah.
The
I think if you
best
go back and
Meltzer ever.
if you go 10 years down the road, that match is not in your memory.
No,
no, but I mean for an opener,
Yeah.
I thought
it was a solid.
It spotlight Scorpio Sky. He's really good.
Yes.
And
It was
Yeah,
a solid
he-
opener.
he-
You can't ask for
Carried
much
that
more.
team.
I knew SEMA. I didn't know they were two strong hearts. I thought the little guy. I'm like, oh, he ain't too good. They started like doing deadlift Germans
Yeah.
and stuff. Like L. Linderman. I'm like,
Shima, T-Hawk, and El Lindemann.
yeah.
So
I'm
I
like,
want to
why is
compare.
L Spanish and like a Jewish last name for
I don't know.
a
Yeah.
Chinese guy.
So I just want to compare it to this. So like, if you were to take an NXT show and say we're gonna go War Raiders versus Ricochet and Aleister Black, that opening tag team match, or even like when they had like, the Mustache Mountain versus like any of those guys,
Yeah.
they're like, holy shit, those tag
Usually
teams
their
stick out.
openers
Yeah.
really
And they were like, wow, that was unbelievable.
Mhm.
That match to me didn't have that feeling.
really is it because you're not familiar with them though?
Just in general, just the flow of the match.
I mean,
and-
yeah, I didn't think it was a 5-star.
Yeah.
but I don't think it was designed to be that.
Mhm.
It was just to showcase and stuff.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
to me, the card really didn't pick up until
Cody and Dustin.
Cody and Dustin. I thought the card was good. Like it was good / okay. But I mean, I think a lot of people online, and I may get hate for this, but I think just because it was AEW and not
Mhm.
WWE, I think people were putting it over harder than it should have been put over.
I mean, overall, I think the show was great, but
Yeah.
it wasn't the best show ever.
Like they said that this show blew Money in the Bank out of the water.
I think I like this more than Money in the Bank.
I don't think
Overall,
Money
like,
in the Bank was not too far
Wrestling
behind
wise,
this.
probably.
Money in the Bank was not too far behind this.
No, I
No.
like Money. I enjoyed Money in the Bank. There was a couple things.
And
that
I think now with Takeover on Saturday, they're gonna try to blow this one out.
yeah,
the water.
Takeover should be really
So,
good. I mean, Takeovers are always good.
To this day, I think WrestleMania weekend Takeover had the best card.
I think
This year,
Yeah,
for this show, I think there was only one thing that really bombed, and we'll get to because it's the next match.
yeah.
And that completely bombed, and I would cut
It
that.
bombed, but it still wasn't terrible to watch.
Well,
I thought this tag.
I mean, after the because the next match was Best Friends versus Angelico and Jack Evans. So at
I
the
thought
end,
this tag was better than that tag.
What you thought
yeah,
the 6-man?
absolutely.
Yeah,
I would put that one in the top 3 overall for tonight.
What
I
the
think.
6-man?
Yeah,
Oh,
I thought the
no,
tag was. I thought the
I
tag was
would
better than the
put-
6-man tag.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the only thing that bothered me with that, Angelico needs to change. They need to change their ring gear,
His
and he
gear
needs to
is
get rid of that
shitty.
swoopy hair.
Yeah, they need a makeover.
Yeah.
Jack Evans is really good.
Yeah,
But
Jack Evans. I like Angelico from
Yeah.
Lucha Underground, and I was like, man, this guy. Wait till you see this guy. And he
They didn't get cooking for a while.
He didn't. Yeah, he didn't get. And Jack Evans was like carrying that
Yeah.
match. It was
Jack Evans was Ricochet before Ricochet really hit it big.
Yeah.
I feel that Angelico doesn't have too much charisma. Good
Mhm.
wrestler, but and I didn't like that they both wore black and neon green.
Yeah.
Like both
Yeah.
teams.
Well, that was
Everyone-
Angelico's thing, though. Angelico's
Yeah.
colors were the black and green. Jack
But-
Evans just
okay,
wears whatever.
They put their gear on, right? And then
Yeah.
the best friends come. What color are you wearing tonight? Black and neon green. So are we. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah,
know the
fuck
best
it,
friends
keep
have more
wearing it.
colors.
Yeah. The only cool thing I liked about Best Friend's gear is he had Bill Murray on his knee
Yeah.
pad.
Yeah, Trent Beretta.
Yeah.
But best friends are very good. I like Chuck Taylor forever. But here's the thing: the after
Trent's
match
awesome.
thing when the lights went out and they came back on, it was the Super Smash Brothers. I was like, I don't know who this is.
Yeah.
And I'm looking because what's his name? Played the guy, the mask player, Uno player Dos. He gained a ton of weight,
Mhm.
and their guy got jacked, but then he bald now. So I'm like,
And the crowd was even chanting, "Who are you?"
yeah. And
Yeah.
the reason why because they only had one little snippet in being elite. They would have advertised him a little bit.
Yes.
Then they would have been. Oh,
What,
we know who
what
they
did you
are.
think about the pay per view starting with the being elite?
I thought that was kind of cool.
You did?
Yeah. It's just for this one. I don't think
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
gonna
They
do all the
gotta
time.
you gotta
Yeah,
fill it
I
in
would
somewhere.
not
You gotta
keep
fill in the
doing that.
blank.
if you get a TV deal and you open every TV show
Yeah, they're
with the
not.
being elite,
Yeah.
you're gonna see. I think you should have a clear difference of what your YouTube stuff is and what your TV
Well, Matt
stuff
said
is.
they asked them being elite, and they said we'll continue once the show goes. He's like, honestly, I don't know. He's
Yeah.
like, maybe not.
I mean, the being the elite music wouldn't be so bad to
Yeah.
being the AEW
I'm sure
songs
they'll
for the
have
show.
when they get rolling, they'll have an AEW opening. Like, you know,
Well,
a bunch
here's
of stuff.
that's the thing too is if you keep promoting it as being elite over AEW, you're gonna be like, okay, it's gonna it could turn into a, they say they're not gonna have a commissioner GM type thing like Raw does, but you're pretty much gonna have it if every week you have the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, and Cody
Yeah,
Rhodes.
I think that's
you're elite.
when they came out. That was kind of just for this one.
Yeah.
I think once they get rolling, they're not gonna do that.
I definitely hope that's not a reoccurring.
But yeah,
thing.
this match, the tag match, I thought was good, but I wasn't super into it.
Mhm. Same. I think a lot of this for me would have to go to I don't know who I'm watching yet.
Yeah,
So I was
Mhm.
studying more than I was appreciating.
that's the first time I've really seen Angelico. I've seen Jack Evans' best friend tons of times.
Yeah. Just go real quick. Go back. SCU wins. Daniel takes the fall over
Lindemann.
Lindemann, and there was a pre-match promo. So if you have your card, that's how that one
I
went.
did say yes for the promo, but I had that Seymour would pin Chris Daniels.
Yeah.
I mean, if you didn't know that SCU is gonna come out and cut their promo like they always do, you're
Yeah.
dumb.
Yeah. And then
You had best friends with the win.
Best-
Beretta made the fall, and Jack Evans took the fall.
Best Friends had a great opening video, which I missed with the bathroom.
Yeah.
And you got to remember, best friends have been working together since they were in Ring of Honor, made it all the way to New Japan together, PWG, independent circuits all over the place. It's just nice to see the two dudes who work that well together are sticking together for the long haul.
Trent
Yeah.
beat Chuck for the PWG heavyweight title.
Mhm.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And then we got the triple threat, the 6-man
Do you want me
tag.
to handle this one?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay, so
Aja Kong.
yeah, Aja Kong, Yuka Sakazaki, who was my absolute favorite. Ami Sakura, who
Which
was
one used Asakari?
Yuka
Sakas-
Sakazaki was the one that
Sakazaki.
looked like she kind of looked like Aladdin gear. She had
Okay.
she had real short
Yeah,
blonde
yeah,
screen
Yuka
hair.
I saw
Sakazaki's
her
only
at
like 20 or something, too,
Chikara
right?
last year.
Yeah, she was at King of Trios last year, right?
Okay.
Yep, yep.
And
We'll get
Imi-
to that.
Imi-
Kong
Imi Sakura
was the older lady, right?
yeah, the one that looks like you know.
She
Imi
she carried most of the match. It was kind of impressive.
Yeah, and she's like
She's kind of like the Mako Sakamura. She's one of the legends in Japan.
Yeah.
Like she's like one of those underbosses, if you will.
Imi Sakura was the one that came out like Freddie Mercury when she was doing the clap with the
When
We
she
Will
got
Rock
the
You.
when
That
she
was
got the
awesome.
she got the crowd doing "We Will Rock You," which was cool.
Okay, versus Hikaru Shida, that's their big star that they
Mhm.
signed. And then Riho Abe and Ryo Mizunami, who I don't not familiar with either. One of them was the princessy looking one, and one looked like a girl Okada.
Who was the one that looked like
She had short hair.
an Asian Tessa Blanchard? I was calling her. She had like it literally
Did
it was the pink ring gear. It literally looked exactly like Tessa Blanchard's ring gear.
I believe that was Riho.
Okay,
And she had like a little skirt on too, though.
I believe so. Yeah. Mhm.
So Hikaru was that was Hikaru. That she had the one with the ponytail looks like Ninja.
Okay.
Taki from Soul Calibur.
Mhm.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
yeah. So that's their big like Japanese woman.
So we'll say that that's team. Shida is team 2. They won.
yeah. Team
There's a
Cedar-
typo on the card here.
What?
They have Team Kong as the winner,
Yeah, they messed up.
but it's,
it's
Team
Shida?
Shida. Hikaru Shida made the pin.
Yeah.
Imi Sakura took
So,
the loss.
a little bit. The worst thing was they kind of
They
there was
bought
a near fall
A near fall, and the ref rang the
someone
bell.
rang the bell and they
Yep.
played her music, but no one knew their music yet because it's the first show. And that was like, but it's not their fault. But the ref was like, no, too.
So that was another thing when it came to the card for me. All the music for the superstars
You don't-
besides Jericho,
You didn't know any of them.
if their music hit, you're like, no idea.
Yeah, because it's the first show, and
And
they
not
can't
just
use
that,
licensed music.
Their music is
Poor
not
music.
good.
It's old school like nitro music.
Yeah.
But here's the
early,
thing:
yeah.
the one guy that I was actually going to pay to make a theme song, he just got signed by them to make all their theme music. So there's no way he made. So it was probably a bunch of
Jim
stock.
Johnson, who got fired by the
It wasn't
WWE.
Jim Johnson.
Yeah.
They hired Jim Johnson.
Did they?
Yes,
Are you sure?
yes.
I didn't see anything about that.
So
Yeah, I
Jim
didn't
Johnson got let
But-
go by the WWE
but
a few months ago. And
Imagine they come to you, hey, we need 40 songs. Well, you're going to crank out 40 songs.
Yeah.
you're not going to get 40 songs
So-
in a month.
Yeah, they had some stock music. Bret Hart's music sounded like Bon Jovi, I thought.
It did. And then that match went for 13 minutes.
I really enjoyed it. Yuka Sakazaki, the one that looked like the Latin gear that was like dancing around like the anime
Yeah.
girl. I thought she was the stand.
Maybe that's where it fell for me because it was super. It was. I mean, I don't want to sound like
that's how Japanese. You could say super Japanese.
it was super Japanese.
Yeah,
it
it
did
was.
nothing for me.
This is a straight out Corrigan Hall Japanese six man, and they beat the shit out of each other.
I
And they do
mean,
all the moves.
Kenta's music in WWE wasn't much better.
Oh, that was dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, it was crazy.
But Hikaru won with the Bomaye
Yeah.
/ Kinshasa. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, Kinshasa, which it didn't look that great, but I really like the match.
The Britt Baker, Nyla Rose, and Kylie Ray.
It was a train wreck.
See, I thought
Train
this
wreck.
was
Oh,
good.
with the surprise entrance of Awesome
yeah,
Kong.
yeah. But
Who literally laid outside most of the
well, I
It's
don't,
okay.
I don't think
Because
she can
probably-
really,
Nyla.
yeah. I don't think Awesome Kong can really wrestle as much anymore.
Mhm.
Which it was a cool surprise because Brandy is like, oh, she's gonna put herself in a match. She's brought out Awesome Kong, which like she's
Yeah,
gonna
she
be
came
awesome.
out. She came
Like,
out full gear, which
Miz
was
coming
like,
out?
oh, she's gonna wrestle.
Yeah.
Which was was good, but it literally looked like that these three girls probably worked a while, and then they put Kong.
Yeah,
and then they're like,
and then it was like,
because I feel like Nyla can do more, but they didn't let her because it kind of bringing Awesome Kong in kind of ruined the flow.
yeah.
Now
I thought Kylie looked the best.
which one's Kylie?
The smiley Kylie, the yellow girl.
See, she was the worst part of the match. For me.
Really? You
Yeah,
like
because to me, it's just like a fake Bailey.
Yeah.
It's like
idol then,
it's
too.
like if you how can I it's like if you were to book somebody from another company and be like, we're gonna do the same thing as them but just change it up a hair.
Just make it a little different.
It just to me it was
She's
like
happy.
You
Yeah.
mean
super
like
happy.
fake Diesel and fake?
yes,
Well, that's what.
yes.
that's-
It just that though there was just like, wow, that's
Well,
Bailey.
I thought she was a good wrestler though.
Yeah.
Like,
but her whole gimmick thing ruined it for me.
yeah.
Yeah.
But Dr. Britt Baker was the winner.
Yeah,
The fall type was a pinfall.
Which
Kylie Ray took the fall,
I called that one right down the middle.
and
no
outside interference was no.
So oh wait, who takes the fall? Kylie. got
Kylie.
pinned, right?
Yep.
So I got an X for that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Yep.
I got perfect score on that one.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
He
Call
cheated
that
already.
one.
He's cheating already.
I called up Nala. So what's going on? give me the score. Oh jeez.
Whoa.
I guess I get that. back.
Oh, because you said Kylie, I wasn't paying
Yeah.
attention. Yeah. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11. All
We're
right,
2
9, 10.
pick'ems in, and Tony's cheating already.
I know. Jeez, give me my perfect score points.
Readjust this score.
Well, he's correct in that. Now, how do you get to watch an AEW? Like, I never seen anywhere advertising for the pay.
Fight
It'll be
Team-
on TNT.
I heard it
in
was
October.
on actual pay per view.
Yes, it was
Yeah, it
actual
was.
pay-per-view, but the next
That's
two
how I watched
shows
it.
will be potentially pay-per-views.
Yeah, until the show starts, it'll be on TNT in October.
Yeah,
But
it's gonna be
Fighter Fest is more than likely going to be an pay-per-view, and whatever the
Or-
show they have coming up next month will be an pay-per-view.
Bleach
What is an
Report-
pay per view?
Fight TV, anything you can, if it's a live stream.
It's like like go online,
Yeah.
kind of like YouTube, but you pay for it.
Yeah.
The Fighter Fest and the Fight for the Fallen. Or
Fight for the Fallen is
But
will
they
be an
said Bleach Report
pay-per-view.
live. So
Yeah.
So then we have Cody and Dustin. Very high drama. Starts off with a
That's-
throne,
Best match
Yeah.
of the night.
a Triple H
Which-
throne.
Some people hate it. Some people liked.
Cody
I
comes
thought it was
down
pretty
and
cool.
yeah, I thought it was
I
cool.
kind of liked it.
I would have changed one thing.
I would have him smash it for the hell.
Keep hitting it.
Yeah,
The fake
Yeah.
explosion was kind of corny.
yeah.
Yeah, that was gay.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
So Cody comes down and he's staring at a throne that is clearly Triple H's throne.
Yeah.
Like it had the Iron Cross and everything. And then he walks down to the ring. Well, him and his wife kind of stop and stare at it. And which is is Cody a heel?
He usually is, but for here, he's not going to get booed. Even though he kind of was
Because
heel.
even like his wife was like, she's heel.
Yeah. I think that's what they're going to be once the show gets
Okay.
going. But for right now, who's going to boo Cody if he's setting this up?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So Cody comes down. She lifts up the ring apron.
He gets
She
the
pulls out a
sledgehammer.
sledgehammer. Cody walks back up the ramp, and he hits the seat of the throne
One
And
time,
Yeah.
nonetheless.
one time, and a fake
It blows
explosion
up.
goes off, and the Iron Cross falls over.
Yeah. He should have went.
That's it.
Yeah, he should have smashed
It
it.
should have been made out of like fake
Fake
like,
brick.
Yeah, really weak
Clay.
rock. Yeah, and then he should have smashed the hell out.
And then Dusty comes out. Dustin.
Yeah,
And
Dusty.
Dustin. Dustin comes out
To Green
and
Day, nonetheless. Green Day.
I heard it sounds. What was the name of the song? I'm not familiar. Not Basket Case. They said it on podcast. I don't know.
Yeah.
They said it was almost exact.
yeah, he comes down and
I like his red
He-
and black outfit.
and he kind of
It
was
did look different.
Yeah,
he
it's cool.
start the match was interesting how it started. So he kind of was super lax and just took an ass whooping. Like he didn't want, like the way it looked like they were trying to do is he didn't want to fight his brother. And then Cody was just ruthless to
Yeah.
him. And then I guess Dustin, he was pointing up like, this is for our dad. And Cody didn't want to hear it because they kind of built like I was the favorite son and you were always the asshole of the family, which is kind of what it was.
Mhm.
And they take a turnbuckle off and throw the turnbuckle into the
Yeah, what a
crowd.
souvenir for that person.
That is an eBay item
Yeah.
right there. And then Dusty hits the turnbuckle. Then Brandy comes over and hits him, and then spears him. Then there's a whole thing to get the camera away for Dusty.
Yeah, Baby Earl.
He bladed the shit out
So
of him.
If you watch when they throw out Brandy, Goldust is there, and he's like,
yeah,
he's
and
doing the
he
gig.
cuts himself deep.
Oh, it was
like-
that's probably the worst blade job I've ever seen.
well, best blade job.
Yeah.
It was
pouring out of him.
It was as bad as when Eddie wrestled Brock and almost died.
It looked like a couple, like all that blood was probably like a cup. Imagine losing a pint of blood.
It was more than a
Yeah.
pint.
Because it was just like pouring.
Because they
So-
even said like they were like close to stopping the match because he was losing so much blood.
It was on Earl and everything.
Yeah, it was
Earl
everywhere.
Hebner. It was on all over Cody on his
And-
boots.
Did you
When
just
he-
say Earl Hebner?
Yeah, Earl
Yes.
Hebner was the referee.
Earl Hebner
Cody's
is the lead
hair-
referee
his
at
hair was
AEW.
red.
Yeah.
Yeah, his hair
Wow.
was red too.
When before Dustin got from outside the ring back inside the ring, the whole outside ring
It-
mat
it
was
pouring
puddles.
out
There
of his
was
head.
puddles.
Yeah,
Like he would
and
he
big
would,
thick puddles.
he would go on his hands and knees, and it was just pouring.
and they would get the shot though.
Yeah, and I mean it was pouring out of his head for a solid 15 minutes.
And it didn't help that Cody was laying in
Yeah,
the
well,
shots to the wound.
At
Just
some
to-
point in the match, it started to stop, and then Cody popped him again. It was bleh.
Yep. And then they got the shot of the submission with
Oh
him
yeah,
screaming,
like
and,
Austin.
and then he was laying on his back getting a figure 4, and he just let it fill his eye sockets
Yeah,
and fill every orifice of his face, and you couldn't make out facial features anymore.
it was
you
like
couldn't tell what was blood and what was
that
paint.
was like a horror movie scene.
It was uncomfortable at some points.
They had to
And
change
then
the mat. It was that bloody.
yeah, they had to change the skirt of the mat because the mat was covered in blood.
Wow.
And then Dustin starts turning it on, and they start doing some homages to their father.
Yeah. Well, Dustin went for the Shattered Dreams kick in the corner. but,
Yep.
Yeah.
And then he did his father's finisher, and Cody said he didn't know he was going to do it.
He went. He did
Like
Cody
the
with
bionic elbow.
Oh yeah.
He did the elbow, and Cody said I didn't know it was happening. And then Cody wins.
Because he hit the vertebraker with Din's fire, and then he hit that
Yep.
final crossroads.
And then after the match, he says, I don't want a brother, I don't want a friend, I don't want family.
But yeah, he said, I don't want to.
he goes, I have to get a partner for the next show. It's gonna be me
Yeah.
versus the Young Bucks.
Yeah, you
and,
don't get to retire yet.
and you don't get to retire. This isn't your retirement.
I don't need a partner. I need my big brother.
yeah, I don't
yeah.
need a partner. I don't need a friend.
Yeah, I don't need
My
a partner
brother.
or a friend. I want my big brother. And then they cried.
Yeah.
And they hugged. And
They,
covered in
bled
blood.
on each other.
And blood on
that,
each other.
that was a cutout
That was
scene.
legit.
Yeah.
That was they imitated
Yeah, the same. Yeah,
the same thing happened with the WCW.
yeah, Dusty
Yeah.
and Dustin.
Yep.
Yeah.
I need my son. Or
I
I need my
remember
father.
seeing. Just seen it the other day on Facebook or something.
Yep.
Mhm.
Super emotional. It was awesome. I'm a big
A
Dustin
lot of
fan.
people said that was match of the night. That was very good.
For,
When
it went a lot longer than I think a lot of people thought it would. At 23 minutes.
23 minutes, 12 near falls, pin type from Cody, and there was interference. So
Possible 21 points there.
Was there? Oh yeah, Brandy. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
Brandy got
So I said
involved.
no, but I had Cody winning. I had pinfall, near fall 6. I was off 19 minutes for the match.
Yep.
That
And
was
then,
I never thought in a million years that match was going to go that long. I figured that would have been at least 15 minutes.
yeah,
20 at the
I mean,
most.
what they
Especially
also
for
did
a
lose a
gold
whole
match.
card. They lost
Yeah,
the
they
whole
lost
match.
the
whole match.
You got to
Yeah.
make
Man.
you got to make up the time there somewhere.
Yeah. So then we got the Young Bucks.
Great match though. Great
Yeah,
match.
very good match. Young Bucks versus Lucha Bros.
For the AAA tag team titles.
Or as they pronounced it, Justin Roberts said the triple A. I'm
Yeah.
like, what?
I would have put. I mean, it's cool AAA titles, but your first show and you don't have one belt.
Well,
That's usually the way it works.
yeah.
You don't see the real title until the actual show.
I don't know.
I mean-
yeah, I mean, they're doing it slow, so and there
All
will
in,
be
they
a-
defended the NWA heavyweight title.
there will
Yeah.
be AEW tag titles,
But All In wasn't their first.
Yeah.
Technically, it
they
was.
showed a championship, but I mean, I want to see tags. I want to
they're,
see
they're
women's.
coming.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
gonna have it.
I think
Um,
they're gonna have tag team titles. They'll have 6-man titles.
I don't know. If,
After this
maybe.
match is where they get the promo where they're doing the belt. So they put a canvas
Oh
over.
yeah. After the
Bret Hart
Dustin.
comes down. He shows off the new belt, but that camera
And
angle got all botched.
and he forgets to show the camera. He shows the.
Yeah, he showed the ramp.
And
Yeah,
he goes, "We'll
yeah.
be defended the next month pay per view." He's like, "Oh, sorry, it's been a while since I did this." I was
And
like,
then
"Oh."
and then
MJF.
MJF comes down and says, "Watch out, Bret! There's a crazy fan running in the
that
ring."
was good. Oh.
Gold. Bret Hart was laughing. He cut a great promo.
And see, the only thing that would have made that funny is if he actually popped MJF.
Yeah. And then MJF got chased out
By
by
Jungle Boy
Jungle
and Jimmy
Boy
Havoc.
and
Jungle Boy
and
and
Havoc. Yeah.
Havoc.
But so there's feud. I mean, they did good in this whole show setting up feuds for
100%. 100%. So then they clean the ring up. They change the mat out, and they get the Young Bucks versus Lucha Bros.
I was thoroughly disappointed.
Really?
Really?
I was
actually like-
disappointed.
this is my second match. of the night for me.
Yeah, I thought it was really good.
Dustin first, this one second.
I would have gone Dustin
agree.
Cody second. I would have gave Young Bucks Lucha third, and I would have gave the champ.
When Phoenix did that thing, it was Nick was he like super kick Nick here, and then Ron and Matt, and
Yeah.
then did something. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah,
that
the
was-
super kick
that was
ran,
insane.
jumped out of the he
Yeah.
jumped from the top rope out to the
that was
outside.
insane.
Awesome match.
I was like, man, I thought this match was
Cool
excellent.
entrance. They're Young Bucks with the
Phoenix
Elvis gear.
So good.
Yeah.
The Elvis gear was awesome. The Lucha Bros are just fucking
Yeah,
phenomenal.
see, I thought they would win it back here, but it was, my one friend made a good point. He said maybe they have the contract because it would be better to go back to AAA and drop the belts to the Lucha Brothers in their home
'Cause
town. I was like,
The
makes
AAA
sense.
version of what would be their SummerSlam is coming up.
Yeah,
next
triple,
month or the
triple
month after.
Mania. It's called.
Yeah.
So they
So-
go back losing there.
So the
which makes
Bucks
sense.
win. Matt makes the fall.
I had
Ray takes the fall and 15 super kicks.
Well, I had 12.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man,
too bad it's plus minus
that's
1.
it. I had 0. I got 0 points for that.
Yeah, I don't think
I
anyone
put
got that.
20. I
But
figured it would have been.
I
a
had-
good
I really
bit.
enjoyed the match.
I
That was,
had 8.
and it was good for a lot of people who never seen Phoenix and Lucha or Pentagon before.
Yeah.
'Cause that's the thing, though. Pentagon and Phoenix throw a lot of super kicks in there too, so I was kind of counting on them throwing a little bit more.
So before we get into this, I just want to stir the pot up a little bit.
Why do I have my phone out with this on when I know you have it written down?
I have this is the result page. I always make another page for results. So there's another page out right now that people are involved in, and one of the comments where that they feel that Kenny Omega is in a relationship with
Kota Ibushi.
Ibushi,
What if he was? Who cares?
and
Yeah.
they should just come out already and say about it.
what if they're not though?
What if
Yeah.
they're just friends?
Yeah.
What if they're just friends?
What if they are and they don't want to?
Yeah.
There's a lot of what ifs. Like, who cares? Who gives a shit? I
Yeah.
don't care who the fuck.
Let's just say that is not. Again, we do not endorse nor do we condemn anybody for their
No.
acts
Yeah.
or their decisions,
No.
and we
But
do
here-
not
here,
condone.
If Dean
Kenny-
and Renee,
Kenny's just a
or
very-
Moxley and Ray, did
Kenny's
wanna-
just a very emotional guy. I don't think he's crying because it's his lover.
Yeah.
I
he
think
lost his best friend.
Here's
He's
something.
been best friends with Kota for over 15 years.
Ric Flair cries at everything.
Yeah.
Drop of a hat. Justin Rhodes said he cried when everyone told him how good of a match he is because WWE said he thought he couldn't wrestle anymore.
Yep.
He said he cried the next day.
Yeah.
He cried
Is
after Shawn
Dustin
Michaels
banging
super kicked
Cody?
him.
Cody actually his post fight post match interview he didn't shower and he goes
Yeah.
I'm kind of doing my dad move. He goes, when you feel like you hit a home run and I feel like I did tonight, he goes, you don't get a shower, you just kind of sit in it.
That might be Cody's best match ever.
Yeah.
That and Nick Aldis. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
I
already.
mean, Flair was crying before Shawn Michaels super kicked him in
So
that
was
match.
Sean.
He got up and he's
So was I.
crying.
So was I. I
Flair
was
cries
gonna-
when Charlotte walks to the ring.
Yeah. That's me. I bumped the thing again. All right. So
bumping shit.
Chris Jericho versus Kenny Omega, and Jericho gets a cool entrance.
I thought that was cool with all the different Jerichos.
The Lion Tamer,
Yeah.
then the List of Jericho, then
Yeah.
the Y2J Jericho, and then
I think they should have
I-
went in order, not just throwing,
Yeah,
okay,
that's-
you next, then you.
I kind of
the List of Jericho guy looked like Fandango.
Yeah, he showed a picture on Twitter. Then it's just 3 guys.
Oh, okay. It looked like Fandango, which
Probably
would have been
3 indie guys.
hilarious.
Yeah,
It was like, what did he call it? The many faces of Jericho
yeah.
or
So
something?
I thought
Yeah,
that was
something like
a
that.
cool entrance, very cool entrance.
Yeah.
I think it'll
Then-
be
then-
too elaborate if you do it all the time.
yeah. That's just for the special show.
Yeah.
No matches are
Kenny Omega comes down with his one wing. Is that a Final Fantasy thing?
So, yeah, that one wing
The
angel
one-wing
is
angel.
Sephiroth.
That's what I
his
thought,
big
yeah.
thing. It has the one. That's what the whole thing because he's the one wing angel. His coat was from another anime. Someone posted by. I'm not familiar
Okay.
with it.
I thought it was a Final Fantasy thing. At first, when he came down, people thought some of the people in our room was like he cut his hair
He's dyed it purple.
because it was
Well,
like
he did.
it was
it's
like
shorter.
it was more crunched, so
Yeah.
it sat higher on his head, and
Yeah.
his coat covered a lot of his neck, but his hair looked like it was a lot shorter.
Yeah.
But that's
I
just-
thought at first I thought it was like the silver that he used to do. I put
Yeah.
the silver highlights in. I'm like, wait a minute, that's purple.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
purple like underneath and like white.
it looked really short on the sides.
Yeah, he did cut it shorter, but
it was really tight curls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His gear was awesome though too.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say his gear with the
To
purple
me,
and
this
stuff.
was match of the night.
really.
Now I'm being super biased because I am a Jericho fan. So maybe because I've seen Jericho wrestle,
Yeah.
and I've seen him transform so much over the years. When he wrestled against what's his name? The first
Naito.
the first time I ever seen Kenny wrestle was Kenny Jericho 1.
Yeah, which that was really good.
And it was all right. And then I seen him wrestle Naida, and I was like, oh, not that he was kind of overweight, and he kind of did
Yeah.
that on purpose because that's kind of like a Japanese thing where he puts a little more weight
Yeah.
on. I just thought he was
I like
being
that
lazy.
match though. He had 2 matches with Naito.
But he came into this in a lot better shape,
Yeah.
and he
The
was
hair's
able,
back.
and yeah, the hair is back, and I thought it was a good Jericho match. I thought Jericho looked really
I
good.
thought it was good. Yeah. Well, not 5 stars, but it was a good match.
Yeah, but he hit a lion salt that Kenny
Yeah.
didn't know was coming,
Oh,
and
that's
Kenny had to quick lay back down, and
He hit a couple.
yeah, and I mean Jericho was kind of going for it.
Yeah.
Like one of the lion salts hit Kenny in the head. Like
They were blasting each other.
Yeah, they were.
This was a New Japan match.
They definitely put a New Japan feel on it, where
Yeah.
the strikes were there.
Yes,
I think that's gonna be every Kenny match.
some of those
unless they're goofy.
knees Kenny hits. You're like, there's
Oh,
no
yeah,
way he
they're
didn't
brutal.
land.
Yeah,
There's
like
no
the
way that
trigger.
didn't land.
You know, they probably said, let's just hit each other.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
And the amount of momentum he gets up on some of those V triggers too. When
Yeah.
he's coming at you,
and
it's like,
his
how do you?
the way he gets his slap in his, it looks like he murders you.
When he did that dive outside when Jericho's holding the table, I was like, ooh, and he kind of hits the table and hits the thing. I was like,
When
ooh,
he hit
hits
Jericho with that strike in the corner, I legit thought Jericho was knocked out cold. Because I was like, I couldn't tell if it was just that well done or if he botched
And
it.
what busted Kenny's nose? A
I
knee
think
from Jericho?
probably like yeah. 'cause-
I don't
Jericho threw the table on him
I don't think it was on
yeah,
purpose.
that's what it was.
Oh, was it?
He hit him with the table.
Oh.
Yeah.
when he dove out of the ring and Jericho kind of used the table as protection. He hit him, and then Jericho gets out, picks up the table, and
Oh, okay.
slams it on.
And that
Kenny.
table had like a metal ring around
Yeah,
the
that
edge.
was not
Yeah.
a work table,
Yeah.
as we say.
Awesome match.
It looked like a work table when he went through it.
Yeah, but I mean, then he cut the things off. I might have cut.
My opinion, and this is what we kind of talked about before the last show. I think I said going into what I said, Jericho was the biggest signing AEW had, and
Yeah.
and
I think so.
and he's going to be their first champion.
I think it makes sense now. I had Kenny winning, but yeah,
Yeah.
it makes sense. Especially if maybe Jericho wins the IWGP title next Saturday.
Which would be sick.
And he
And I
has
see.
both
I don't
belts.
see it. I see it going to be Hangman because I think Jericho's conflicting schedule is going to kind of keep
Well,
him
he-
out of the title.
No,
picture
he's
for a little
doing.
bit.
He does all AEW shows.
No. I'm talking
Yeah.
as far as Fozzy when he goes on tour. That's
Yeah, but
that's
I
going to
mean,
be the
figure,
problem.
Like,
I think he's going to
when-
work
when's the
Fozzy
next
around
time they're gonna
AEW.
work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're only working once a month until they start TV, and that's only once a week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
So
don't-
he can easily still work.
Are they
around.
gonna be live on TV or is it gonna be
I
pre-recorded?
think they're going to do 2 hours live.
Yeah, it's live.
Like, that's
I
what-
think Jericho is your first champ, and I think then you
it makes sense.
then you-
And
then you
I think
pass
you
it.
you almost have to.
then you
have
pass
now,
it to
'cause
Hangman.
Yeah, or maybe
if you're trying to launch this new brand and you make Hangman Page your first champion, I mean, unless you're into wrestling, who really knows who Hangman Page is?
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Jericho, your champion. Everyone knows who Chris Jericho is.
100%.
Well, at least more people know who Jericho is more than Hangman.
I can almost
So-
see either Jericho or Rhodes.
See, I think it'd be a bad
Cody
move
will-
for Cody to put himself as a champion in his
Yeah.
own
And
company.
I said the same thing about the Elite. They're not going to put themselves over that hard in the beginning because fans are gonna be like, oh, they started their own
Yeah.
company and they're booking themselves over so hard already.
I don't think they'll be the first tag champions, but maybe.
I think
Yeah.
that's why the Bucks lost their matches because they know what they have to do and they
But they
knew it
won.
in Japan.
Oh, Bucks won.
Oh, the Bucks won. I'm sorry.
They lost in Japan.
Yeah,
I
they
believe.
lost in Japan. They know they got to go down a little bit before they can start building themselves back up in their own company.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot there. I mean, the Bucks are. Do the Bucks beat Cody and Dustin?
I don't like. I think
Probably.
Maybe not.
Does Cody and Dustin get tag team championships?
No.
maybe that's your first tag team champions.
The only reason the Bucks won this match was because of the AAA contract they already have for the match coming up.
Yeah,
That's the only reason they
But do you
held the
put
titles.
you just put a title shot on Dustin, a tag team titles on Dustin, just because he's not going to be around as long as he's going to be? You're not going to put a world title on him.
No, because I think his time in AEW is going to be short, and then he's going behind the camera where Cody wants him.
I think he'll wrestle sparingly.
Oh, another cool thing about this show, Tony Khan did did time. He
Yeah,
did
he
time
was
for the
at-
entire
At
card.
the grill position with all of them basically.
Yeah,
Billy
I mean,
Gunn.
it's nice to see that the guy is funding the whole show and he wants to be involved somehow. I mean,
And-
that's the best way to go
And
about
everyone backstage said he did a great job on time. And his
Yeah.
first time ever doing it. He
Yeah,
said
how about that?
he says Briscoe did it for 30 years and no one else can do it better than him. And Khan did it one night and did a great job.
He's always been watching wrestling since a kid. I mean, so
Yeah.
it's not like he doesn't know.
So Chris Jericho wins 8 near falls, 27 minutes. Fight before match, no, and yes, there will be blood.
So I had the fight before match and will be blood, right? And that's it.
Yeah. And then Jericho wins. He's cutting a promo,
He wanted everyone to thank him because without Chris Jericho, there'd be no AEW.
which is
And
damn
then-
true. And then John Moxley, aka Dean Ambrose,
That place went nuts.
comes through the crowd. To me, it's still. I mean,
I think it's
DDT's the hell out of everybody.
Dean Ambrose does not do it for
I-
me.
That wasn't just the DDT. That was Dirty
Yeah.
Deeds.
Yeah.
I didn't.
And
care.
my question
I didn't-
is, are they going to let him call it that?
They didn't. They were calling it something else.
Yeah, they'll probably give it a different name.
Yeah.
because
I
don't
can't
want-
remember. I couldn't
So I
understand.
know damn
because I
well,
think
as
it
soon
was-
as they hear Dirty Deeds on the air somewhere else, like, yep, we have that trademarked.
Yeah.
I think JR was saying it was something else.
He called it a DDT.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a double on.
Somebody
Yeah.
was calling it. I was listening to the one video and they called it something else.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll come with a name.
But it was funny because they kind of Cody said he described it as Dean Ambrose kind of went out there and he shook off the he unboxed himself. He's reimagining
He's
himself.
unhinged.
I think he is
unhinged.
going to be a little bit different once it gets going.
I hope so because they seem like every time you start at him,
Dean
he
was
turns
so stale.
he turns right back to Dean again.
Dean was so. It wasn't his fault. That's what I think.
Ugh, I don't know. He walked out as John Moxley, and I was like, "Oh, cool! You're still
Yeah,
the
Dean-
crazy.
yeah.
You're still a crazy trailer park guy who looks like Dean Ambrose."
Mhm.
No, I mean you can't.
I
That's
mean,
two
Thing that,
tra-
like, that's
tragically
him
different.
now.
Yeah.
He'll go stale quick if he doesn't keep trying to change a bit.
Yeah, but I think
It
you know.
happened every time they pushed him, except for when he was in the Shield. In the Shield, he was fine.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I remember that one time we had the shot at Triple H for the title when Triple H won the title. He was super hot, and then he gave it to him.
Yep. Then he comes out. He DDTs Jericho. DDTs a ref.
Yeah, Paul Turner.
And then he goes to DDT Kenny, and Kenny pushes him out the ring. And then they have a big fight, and then he throws him off the poker chips. We were
Yeah.
saying the whole night, those poker chips better get used.
yeah,
He DDT'd him on the poker
Yeah,
chips and
yeah.
then kind of gave him the
The
old
FU.
the FU off the top.
Yeah.
And then
So there he goes.
post-match
It sets up-
pictures. Let's be honest, that picture said a million words to WWE.
Cody and him.
Yeah.
You notice that Jericho wasn't in the picture.
Did you see the video that Jericho did post though while they're all in the ring after the fact, thanking everybody doing this, doing that, and he was like
Posting his
punching.
anger.
He was like punching the TV because they're like, nobody's thanking me, punching the TV.
He's
Yeah,
amazing.
he's
Jericho's
working the
amazing. Jericho's when he's in Japan and does those post-fight
Oh,
conferences.
they're so good.
They're amazing.
And
Jericho,
it's just another promo for him.
He's
It's-
gonna be doing one with August that show that Dean Ambrose was on.
yeah.
I'm sure Jericho's coming out because then the next big show is the.
So they're gonna
title
set
shot.
up. They're gonna set up Kenny versus Moxley.
John Moxley.
That's at Fighter. No, not Fighter Fest. Fight for the Fall. One they're not coming.
both of them. I think they're
Joey
gonna. That's
then.
gonna be their main feud coming into the main show in October.
So they already shown that they're not afraid of some controversial blood
Yeah.
and some weapons being used.
Well, the thing is with Las Vegas, there's no rule on blood because of the MMA sport.
No, don't.
It's not like certain states
Yeah.
where you can't bleed like
Yeah,
Pennsylvania.
yeah. But
I-
don't expect a bloodbath every show.
Yeah, that's just the one.
So one of the things that people were excited is that who's that the dude with the staple gun?
Oh.
Jimmy Havoc.
Jimmy. Everybody
I've
wants.
never really seen him. wrestle.
Everyone said he's a really good deathmatch guy.
Yeah.
And they said Moxley.
But where was Darby Allin?
You,
Darby
you,
Allin should have been there.
you won't be seeing death matches on TV. Maybe pay per views, but you
That's
ain't gonna,
definitely
you
a
ain't gonna
pay per
see-
view only,
You ain't gonna see the hardcore death matches like.
Yeah. No, I think
not like ICW style.
Yeah.
it'll be a pay per view, but
It's gonna be toned down.
People are excited for that. That
If
possibility.
anything,
yeah.
you're gonna get a 10-minute match with a few tables, maybe a light tube, and maybe some
Thumbtacks.
barbed wire.
I'm
if
not
you're
into.
lucky.
I'm not a deathmatch guy by any means, but hey,
It,
might-
it looks appealing to the certain crowd, but it takes a certain crowd to appreciate it as
Yeah.
well.
So at everyone on this card, if there's any new faces or faces that you weren't expecting much, but who caught your eye and who let you down?
Yuka Sakazaki. I loved her. I thought she was so good. So I liked her, and I liked all the guys. But that's a surprise.
Did anyone let you
And I
down?
like Kylie Ray.
Yeah.
Did anyone let me down? I was a little upset with the best friends Jack Evans and
Okay.
Jericho match.
Tyler?
No one really let me down. I wish they would have gave Orange Cassidy a bit more shine. They had that cool little spot, but I mean, he
I
does
agree.
a whole thing where he hits the ropes with his hands in his pockets, rolls through and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So they could have did that, put a little bit more shine on him, then toss him out. But I mean, that was the only really complaint where I didn't think he could do anything. And they kind of knocked out Sonny Kiss after his little thing then too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they would let him have a
He
little
went
bit
for the
more.
butt bump on
Yeah,
Dreamer.
which
Dreamer
was
just
cool.
tossed him over.
I think that's a good
Yeah.
spot.
Yeah.
The Super Smash Brothers lights out thing was kind of a dud.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that was.
I'm sorry, but you never should have like shaved their head, changed their gimmicks. People know who they were
I think
beforehand.
maybe he lost his hair, so I can't blame the guy. But that their guy gained a ton of weight.
Yeah.
Ton of weight.
For me, caught my eye. I mean, like I said, I'm a mark. I'm a WWE guy, so but I'm definitely giving
Did you ever
AEW a
watch
chance.
Hangman before? Is that your first time seeing him wrestle?
Well, I didn't see the battle royal, so I didn't see
Oh, okay,
him.
never mind.
I didn't see him wrestle.
Tom Hampton.
Sorry, Rob.
We'll call you back.
Yeah, I should probably take that.
We'll call him back.
Yeah, Tyler, we're gonna. I'm gonna do my last thing here, but we're gonna let you go here, and they're gonna
Yeah,
start our
that's fine.
topic. All right, brother.
All right.
Later,
See you
man.
guys.
I seen Hangman in the All In, and
Okay,
he impressed me
Joey
there.
Janela, yeah.
He impressed me there. If I want to say someone really caught my attention that I'm really excited for more of,
Dustin Thomas.
Cody really showed me a lot, but I kind of
You know
like
Cody.
I like Best Friends.
Okay.
They caught my attention, and maybe letdown is I mean the Bucks kind of. I mean everyone said that like everyone I heard Bucks, I heard amazing
Mhm.
tag team, and I thought I maybe I expect a little more. Maybe just because I think NXT tag teams are so fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
thought-
think they
I thought
dumbed
that
their
match was
match
great.
down.
I thought it was good, but I expected maybe a little more.
And that's why I said their match was a letdown to me, because I personally think they dumbed their match down compared to what they could have done in
Yeah.
that match to not overshine
So I'm
Jericho
gonna make a
Omega.
call real quick. Keep going Double or Nothing, and then whenever you
We'll
guys
wait
want,
for you to come back.
jump in the topic.
No,
Well, you
I-
can start topic if you want.
But the only thing that really pissed me off was listening to the Cornette thing, how he bashed Dustin Thomas.
I didn't hear that.
He bashed him so hard, it's not even move the
Yeah.
mouse a little bit, Willie.
Oh,
Just give the mouse a
the,
jiggle.
the only thing with
There you
him
go.
is like that's obviously a guy that's not going to be wrestling every show.
Yeah,
it's a
but
distraction.
still, the guy is doing stuff that people said he probably never would be able to do.
Yeah, like
And he was great. And I don't understand why you're gonna bash a guy for doing what he loves.
that's kind of Joe Cornette's thing, though.
Yeah,
Like, so-
still and all. Like
Yeah.
I
would.
I give him all the credit in the world and I commend the guy. It takes a lot of balls to get into that ring in the first place, but you being a double amputee since the age of 3, getting in the ring with all of these big stars and just basically getting known within 6 months.
Yeah, I went over the match with Tony Devin. Really.
Yeah. I mean, not even 6 months, then 3 months.
Yeah, WrestleMania.
Yeah, 3 months.
One thing that I wanted to ask about was I seen on the internet earlier today that they're calling AEW the new ECW.
More WCW than anything.
I don't think so. I think
They're bringing back more of the off the script stuff.
I can see that because they're not giving people like, here's your promo. They're saying go out there, don't curse and everything, but they let you do what you want.
They
kinda.
just give them
more free reign.
a basis of what they want, and then they just run with
Yeah, basically, it's like they're not saying this is what you're gonna do for this part of the match and this part. So yeah,
it. Which
it's more
the
free.
big names like they have, like the Cody Rhodes, the Dean Ambrose, the Jericho,
John Moxley.
Yeah,
Those are the guys that need that type of script. Just let them run with who they want to be.
And they've
Yeah.
already said they have their big 5 between Cody, Ambrose, the Bucks,
Kenny.
Hangman, and Kenny.
Yeah,
They're going to run with them. They're going to be their big guys. MJF's another one, but they already said their main feud will be Kenny Omega and John Moxley going forward into October,
yeah, and then,
which isn't exactly a bad choice.
no, and then Jericho with the title.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, and then Pac, they'll probably get Pac to come back then once he drops the Dragon Gate title. So I mean, I don't know. I think it's looking good.
I mean, I think the one thing like how they were saying about the new or the old ECW was with the more blood that they'll allow,
Yeah,
the different shots they'll give.
Well, you got to remember, and today it goes state to state on what you're allowed to do and what you
I
can't
never
do.
knew that.
yeah,
Pennsylvania, you're not allowed to bleed at all.
yeah. There's
Like
no blood in the match.
Yeah. If you bleed in the match, you're supposed to cut it straight to the end. 1, 2, 3, get out of the ring.
But then Jersey, so it's okay.
Yeah.
It's weird. how
And
the
like I
state-
said with Vegas, it was completely okay in Vegas because they have the fight law between boxing and MMA. You can't prevent it in those sports, so therefore you can't exactly sanction it for one thing and say you can't do it in another.
it's weird with the state athletic commission, which is stupid.
I think New
It's
York's
not
up there
really-
too with it. Like
Yeah.
they'll only tolerate so much.
It's weird. It changes state to state, but I mean, yeah, it is more like ECW in that it's more
It
wild.
almost
But I think all the wrestling companies are finally starting to come together on one thing, though. You're not seeing chair shots to the head anymore, and I'm kind of okay with that.
I would like someone like Joey Janela would take one.
Yeah, I know he would.
The way
He's
that
dumb enough to take one, but after everything that was said and done, and all the results that have been found through the concussions and this, that, and the others, I'm okay with no chair shots to the head anymore. You don't have to take a shot to the head to make it
Mhm.
look like you just got
No, you don't
pounced
have to,
on.
no.
I'll tell you, a lot of the WWE stuff is getting more and more scripted, even right during the match. It was a couple of weeks ago, you could hear Becky Lynch literally yelling to, forget who she was going against, come here, you got to get closer.
Yeah. Sometimes you hear them and it's
Like, seriously.
Sometimes those mics pick up a lot. You wouldn't realize how much
Sometimes-
those mics actually pick
they
up.
have producers sometimes that lay out the whole match of what they should do, and it's like they don't even get to like any say in it. It's like, man, that sucks. So like that's what Dean was saying on the Jericho podcast. That's
Like they do a great job at performing, but sometimes it's just
come on,
they
come on.
over
They-
they try to sell it too much, and just you could see the complete miss.
Yeah. And a lot-
Whoa, message.
Oh, okay. You got a message for something
And
here.
we have breaking news in here to Tornado Tag Podcast via Outbreak Wrestling.
Mhm.
And it involves you, my
Oh
friend.
my god. I thought it was gonna be another match they were supposed to announce.
So coming into the Outbreak Wrestling show in 2 weeks, you can wait.
I want to
You
see
can
the
wait
graphic.
just like everybody else.
I know.
Outbreak Wrestling has just sent us the #1 contenders match for the Outbreak Championship.
Mm,
The match will be Andy Header
that's me.
versus Mac Mayhem
That's not me.
versus Cortez
That's
Castro.
certainly not me. How about that?
How do you feel?
All right. Yes, I don't know. Let me see that graphic. I don't know why Mac Mayhem's in there. Not to talk crap on him. I don't know why he's in there. Or maybe he beat whoever last show. Did he?
No, he lost to Ian.
See, then why he
And
should be
Ian's
upset that
getting
he's
the title shot.
He should be upset. I'm not upset. I mean, I lost last show, so I can't say anything. But we'll see what me and Ricky.
A triple threat match.
Cortez Castro could do.
Winner advances to the July show back at the
At this-
Hamburg
yeah.
Fieldhouse
Mm.
for one of our bigger shows of the year. So
I don't know. I'm kind of looking forward to it. I wrestled Mac. Remember the tag match where
Yep.
it was him and Rex Savage?
Yep.
And me and
it was a 6-man, wasn't it? It was you,
No.
Fox, and Ken Phoenix.
nope, that was me and Ken. It's me and Ken Phoenix versus just him and Rex Savage.
Mm.
I think there was a 6-man then before.
How do you feel about your chances?
I don't know. I don't know. I've never.
I mean,
wrestled
Lucha
Cortez.
Underground superstar
I know,
Cortez
how about
Castro
that?
and
former
Mac,
ROH Ricky Reyes.
yeah, and Mac Mayhem, who
Yeah.
can throw hands.
I don't know. So, hey, at least it's 3. So I got what 33.33% chance.
Yeah, 33.3.
No, that's the WWE math because
33.333%
Not really.
repeating.
Yeah. Well, that's you still have 50%. You're gonna win or you lose. So that's 50% chance. I don't know. I kind of look forward to it now.
I mean, now that we
We'll
know
see,
that
we'll see what happens. You know?
you're in the #1 contenders match,
How
and
about
we
it?
can officially announce that the Outbreak title match will now be babyface Ian Bush against the underrated Robbie Radke.
Is that as he's not being the mood killer?
I guess he's not the mood killer
Oh,
anymore.
the underrated. Well, hey, he won last time. I don't know. I don't know why any Bush is getting a title shot though.
I mean, 1 out of 4 isn't exactly a good 25% isn't exactly title shot worthy in my
No,
eyes.
I know. So, but whoever wins the title is got one of us to.
But
deal
hey,
with then
I don't get paid to make those decisions. I
No,
get paid
no.
to sit right here behind this microphone, and
and call the action.
I get to call the action.
I don't know. We'll see. And that show is what's the damn match?
I believe it's 2 weeks. I want to say it is the.
It's at Temple Fire Company, Reading, Pennsylvania. Well, Temple, Pennsylvania,
I
right outside
believe
Reading.
say it's the 18th.
Okay, the 18th.
Yes, the
Yeah, the
18th.
18th at Temple Fire Company. So,
It's,
Oh,
Temple,
this camera
PA.
likes to really glitch.
oh wow!
That
Somebody's
mouse-
saying a bunch of stuff over there.
Yeah,
If Tony comes back in, he
yeah.
can read it. Low, blah, 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 blah. I can't read it.
yeah, Tony.
Sorry to talk trash.
Everything's going crash.
Talk shit in that person.
Somebody's talking shit.
I can't read it.
Somebody's talking shit.
Something about
Tony's
bleeding
got a
in
shit
Vegas.
eating grin on his face. We should be worried.
What if he came back and he had a different shirt on?
But
That would
we
be
got
scary.
the official news from Outbreak. We made the announcement, and
Oh, cool.
Andy will be in a triple threat match.
With Ty Dillon.
Oh, I did not know that. I did not know that.
Ty Dillon. I don't know who that is.
Who's talking shit?
We've seen that.
Bleeding in Vegas. Bleeding in Vegas has nothing to do with MMA being there. MMA is now legal in 50 Cent. If you have pro wrestling and the state is sanctioned, you have to be cleared with it. The Athletic Commission in Vegas has crap to do with it. No, we're talking about certain states with professional wrestling. You get fined if there's blood.
It's that state athletic commission.
Yes.
They all have different rules.
Yes,
It's
states.
stupid.
So MMA, obviously, you can't control bleeding because it's an actual fist fight.
Same with boxing.
Yeah, and same with boxing. But in professional wrestling, if someone gigs themselves, or even if they have an accidental bleeding,
You're supposed to clean it up if it's a state that doesn't allow blood.
yes, if you're in Pennsylvania and you
It
get
is a
busted in the nose and you start
Big
bleeding,
No.
they want you to take care of that.
You have to end the match on the spot.
Yeah, I've been told one time I got popped and said clean that up or I got to stop the match. I was like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I mean, is my lip bleeding? I can't
Yeah,
really
it was
stop
pretty
it.
bad too. If it wasn't, I would be like, oh, over my face. I would have.
So yeah, full congratulations. You got a number one contender spot.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I know. How about that?
I think
even
that's-
though I lost.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried for him on who he's taking in though.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Mac Mayhem and
No.
Cortez Castro.
I'll tell you what, Mayhem's good, man.
We had a tag match one time. I don't know if you were there for that.
No, he's a bigger dude, man, but he's good. He could sell his strikes.
He's short but big, yeah.
You
can
really
sell-
want to get in Cortez Castro's way after the mood he's been in.
Yeah. I guess I have to.
I mean, you're better off just sitting on the outside
I'll
of the
tell
ring.
you what.
Like you can beat him.
You
up.
gotta if that's your match, man. You're fighting two pit bulls.
I know, yeah.
You gotta come in serious on this one.
Cortez Castro, title worker Reyes, and ROH, and their name was the Havana Pitbulls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you are fighting. You have two dogs. You have
Yeah.
two angry dudes. One's angry because he just came off a loss.
So one was just
And one's angry that he lost to Ian Bush.
Yeah.
And Robbie Radke's promo on Facebook says he's going to eliminate the Bush like it's the 80s again.
Oh,
Whoa.
Hey now. Zing.
I love Rob. Yeah, he's if you're not following him on Facebook,
At least,
he's funny.
Yeah.
He'll do something like on behalf of
yeah, that's
Outbreak.
pretty good. Yeah.
Full House was a good show or something like
Yeah.
that. Like he's really funny.
Delaware is the best state.
Yeah.
You kind of fix it.
Maybe we'll have him call in
Yeah.
before his title fight against Ian Bush. Maybe we'll have Ian Bush call in. We'll do like a double one.
There you go. They both live in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, we can get them
Not
both
that far.
called in. So Andy, obviously, he dominated
Yeah,
Double or
wow.
Nothing.
God damn it.
I got 69 points. Oh,
69.
69.
Coming in second would be me with 38. Third would, oh, I'm sorry, coming in second would be Austin with 42.
Wow.
Me with 37 or 38, and Dave with 37.
Is there an NXT one?
There will be, yes.
Okay.
There will be a Starcade or whatever. There's another pay-per-view. There's another one that's offshoot that they're gonna do as well, they said.
Oh.
And cool thing is we're gonna work with them to possibly even call in and give us a little, history of pro
Ki-
wrestling
Yeah,
scorecards.
kind of like
and-
yesterday with
Yeah.
what's his name?
Nick.
Nick. Yeah. Nick.
So
So you came back in here the shitty.
I can't talk yet. I can't talk anything about it. Can't talk about anything.
The wrestling is good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was actually calling Jared to be like, hey, let's talk about this match. And if
As
we-
soon as you walked out, he messaged me back. He's like, "Here's the news."
yeah. So if you're excited for Outbreak,
Did they post that?
Not yet. Now they will.
yeah. So where are we at? All right, our
Topic.
our topic tonight is our favorite skits in wrestling. So
It could be from any time.
it could be from
fan.
any company, any time.
person.
So I mean, like a skit can be a in-ring skit, like a commentary thing. It could be a pre-recorded. It could be backstage, any type of skit. So I know you're itching to get your
Devs, you start that.
get yours out of your way already
So
without getting us banned.
I actually showed it to you guys last week when we were talking about it. But my favorite skit was from DX when they reunited back in 06-07, and they were at the University of South Carolina, the home of the Gamecocks.
Yep, Gamecocks, and they used the Gamecocks
Cocky
Yeah.
cocky
to influence their way back when storyline of Vince loves
Gamecocks.
Yeah.
cock.
I've never seen that before
I
because
never seen it.
yeah.
And it's just too funny not to
I-
share because I showed it to them and they were both laughing when we were doing it. But
It was funny, but like I absolutely.
Oh, I was like, yo, something that was on the camera and the fly. We have a fly that's going around, like just one single fly,
Oh, really?
and it landed right on the camera.
Really?
lens. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're basically like Cocky was supposed to come out and Sean's like
They
he's
got
not-
away with saying cock on TV
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
55
Yeah.
times.
Which they would never do.
But,
nowadays.
Yeah.
and
because
then
of WWE
Sean's
rules.
like he's not here. They don't feel like he should be with us. He has representation.
Yeah.
Then Hunter comes over the top with, so the cock's out. So they pulled the cock, and it just goes on and goes on.
And then he said,
and then
he goes, Vince wouldn't have it. If Vince was here, he'd beat that cock to death. Like
he beat that cock like it owed him money.
Yeah.
but
There's like- yeah.
the fans are chanting game, cock, game, like they do. And Hunter stops the skit and he's like, no, let's get this straight. I'm the game, that's the cock.
That was amazing. It was a
And
good skit.
Vince would kiss that cock on its big bloated head.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of they went in for it.
As many penis references as
Yeah,
we get.
there you go.
We
They went in for the cock.
Yeah, we got one from the chat.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
when Mae Young gave birth to Mark Henry's
Oh,
baby
God,
hand.
the You know what a better funny part was? When the hand came back. Did you
Yeah.
ever see that?
Whoa! When? When did
it was like
happen?
2008, and Mae Young's like, I want to introduce you to my son. And the guy wears the hand outfit. He walks in, he's like, Hi, Dad. I think Mark Henry's there. He's like, hey, Dad.
Yeah. Andy, what do you got for a favorite skit?
That Chris Jericho wouldn't let the boobies hit the floor when Steph gets a booby job the first week.
And then The Rock comes out and
yeah,
joins in on
I
it.
thought that whole promo was
Yeah.
so sad. That was so
And
good.
you got the gore and the whore. Yeah.
That was so good.
You got one on top of your head?
I got a couple of them.
All right,
The two are identical but different.
Okay.
Which was the Austin beer truck
Okay.
giving a shower of beer all over the ring,
Vince swimming.
Yep.
the milk truck,
With Kurt Angle.
and the Vince McMahon beat down in the hospital.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
bedpan upside the head.
You're
Now,
a clown.
That bedpan
oh, that was a
concussed Vince McMahon.
Really?
That
Yeah,
hit.
Wow.
He hit. Vince said that fucker hit me hard. Like he said, I was seeing stars.
While we're on it though, with the milk and everything else, how about Austin and Booker T in the supermarket?
Oh, the grocery store. Yeah, amazing.
Oh yeah, that was really good.
He comes out chugging milk. Thanks, Book.
Yeah.
So my number one skit, and this is
Which Shawn Michaels skit is it?
It's not a Shawn Michaels skit.
Wow.
It's gonna be the Jay Lethal, Ric Flair,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That is so good.
where he imitates.
Stop intimidating me.
You can't be me.
Yeah,
That's my
woo,
line.
woo, woo.
That's my
That's
line.
That's
That's my
That's
line. I'm not even an Impact guy. I did not watch that live. I went back and watched that much later,
yeah.
and I still think it is the funny. If you've
That's
never seen
fantastic.
it,
oldest ride, longest
so
line.
it starts off. It's a 2-part skit.
We'll
and
have to share it on the page for
Yeah.
everybody who doesn't know what we're talking about.
it's a 2-part skit. The first skit, Jay Lethal, who is a superstar that also he likes to imitate Macho Man. So he went backstage and he took Ric Flair's Hall of Fame ring, and he came out with the Hall of Fame ring, acting like Ric Flair, and I mean
The voice is spot on.
the
He can-
voices.
he
If you
can-
close your eyes and listen to Jay Lethal do it, you would think Ric
he
Flair's
can
in the ring.
impersonate Ric Flair perfect. It's
So
awesome.
then Ric Flair comes out and slaps him across
Ric
the
Flair's
face.
already in the ring.
I thought he came out.
Ric
yeah.
Flair's already in the ring.
With
Jay
Fortune-
Lethal comes out.
with
Yeah.
Fortune. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he slaps him across the face, and then it starts this rivalry between the two. Then the next week, Ric Flair is out there with his gang, which is Bobby Roode, AJ Styles, and
James Storm,
Fortune, and there was one more other. I don't remember, but Jay Lethal comes out as Flair, and has a flare off with Flair. It's unbelievable.
I'm not sure if you ever seen the meme, but it's when your dog sees another dog and it's Ric Flair and Jay Lethal wooing back, and you're like,
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's the
And Ric
spot.
Flair does, or Jay Lethal does all the Ric Flair motions, like takes his coat off and drops.
Yeah,
it
Elbow
on his
drops the coat,
Yeah.
drops the knee.
Ric Flair, half of the promo is like, "You can't be me. I can kiss any girl in this outfit and make him cry, even the fat one." And he points at this girl in the crowd and he goes, "Honey, woo!"
Yeah,
and,
woo,
and then he walks over to another girl. He points at her and goes, "Honey," and he like, looks at her, and just thrusts his hips right in her face. Woo! They're taking clothes off and throwing them at each other. Their elbow dropping their
It's
jackets.
Flair's chucking shoes up at the stage at him. He grabs the shoe and he's like, "Oh shit, I
It's
can't throw this
probably
back.
about
It's a
12 minutes,
$500
too.
shoe."
It's
That's
and then
fantastic.
another guy gets on the mic and almost
Yeah,
ruins the
Nigel.
whole. Yeah, Nigel gets on the mic and almost ruins the whole skit. And Jay Lethal, Flair just takes the mic back and they just go at it again. And it just
That could have went on for half an hour.
I would have watched that for 3 years.
And
Yeah.
then they hit the Space Mountain skit,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's like oldest
Oh,
ride,
he said
longest
he
line.
said about come down, bring your black booty down here, and we'll kick it for the next 15 minutes. He goes, "You couldn't handle 15 minutes in the bedroom or in the ring," and he goes, "Wow, wow, what do you know about being a 30-minute man?" Like, oh my god, it's amazing.
I'm gonna watch that again because that's so
It's
good.
so good.
Ric Flair in TNA was fantastic because he was just crazy old man.
Yeah.
And personally, you could put any Macho Man skit in here you probably wanted.
Yeah,
Any Macho
I mean,
Man
all
promo.
in when Jay Lethal did Macho Man
Tap on
again.
the shoulder.
But I'll do another one and then pass it back around again. So I'm gonna go, since you said Macho Man, the cream of the crop promo
You like that?
is hilarious.
Cream of the crop.
And he just keeps pulling creamers out of everywhere. He's putting them on Mean Gene's head. He's somehow picking them up off the ground without leaving the shot. He's just like he has like 50 creamers, and he just like and the cream, and he just pulls them out. He's just pulling them out everywhere. Creamer, and then That and the Mega Powers one, where they just like they're staring at each other. And
Oh,
they're-
yeah.
and they want to handshake. And
Watch
they're
what
just-
this is.
And he's holding it. He's holding it like he doesn't want to shake. And he's like, they're licking their lips, and they both look like they're so blasted on coke.
That's awesome. And
Yeah.
then they finally shake, and the crowd goes nuts.
Yeah, they fucking lose it. So that would be
In wrestling, anytime you say Mega Powers handshake, everyone knows what that means.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the funniest things you'll ever.
I mean, I don't think the millennials might know who the Mega Powers are.
No, I've said it to young kids in wrestling. They know. I was like, we gotta do Mega Powers handshake.
Yeah.
It's like-
So back to you. We'll have another skit fee.
Oh boy. Might have to go with AJ Styles when he was in TNA. And it was right after he went like full blown heel and he went off on Dixie Carter. Like there's a difference between a scripted cut promo and shooting on somebody on live television.
Mm-hmm.
He straight up shot on Dixie Carter on live television saying, "You're not going to pay me. You're not going to resign me. I'm bigger than you. I'm better than you. I'm better than this company." And just live television, they actually cut the mic twice on AJ while he was shooting on live television.
Wow.
And it's not too often you get away with that, i.e. CM Punk. But for him to do it on...
I still don't think that. I still think that was 100% scripted.
True. Yeah. But at the same time, for them to cut out the mic and like everything goes silent in the arena, you know that he's saying something that it should not be said on television.
But honorable mention, AJ Styles and Ric Flair when they were doing the ice thing.
Oh,
we watched that too.
Let's get iced.
There's a bunch where they would hide their
Please tell me
Smirnoffs.
you've seen that
Yeah.
one.
I have not.
They would
Yeah.
hide Smirnoffs, and whenever they'd find one, Ric Flair would have to chug it.
Yeah. And Ric Flair was like, like they put his jacket on, like, "Oh, Rick, get your jacket." Picks up the jacket. There's a, "Oh!"
Yeah, and
and
then-
Rick's like,
Yeah.
slams it. And then
And he-
AJ comes back after a lost match, and Flair picks up his jacket. I was like, "Oh, AJ, could you toss that to me?" AJ moves it. Oh,
It was
and
water though, because AJ doesn't
Yeah.
drink. But yeah,
They did that a lot though, and they're all pretty.
that
good.
was hilarious too.
what else you got, Andy?
Booker T and Gold Dust.
Booker T,
Yeah,
Gold.
that was so good. Booker
The
T,
electrocution.
if you'll be my tag partner, I will give you. Oh no, if you give me a sip of that slushy, you can have a big bite of my wiener. That's not- what? Get you out of here, Golden.
Was this one Booker Goldust was doing the after he got electrocuted?
I don't know if he was doing that yet. I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't. Maybe, but I don't think so. They were so funny.
yeah.
Good
Goldust
word, that's
in
too
general is
Yeah.
just amazing.
Yeah.
And then he was Darth Vader the one time.
I mean,
It's
the
Booker T.
Goldust Piper street fight.
Oh, that was great.
I mean, that's unbelievable.
I am your father. Oh, good. No.
What do you got?
The Kurt Angle mini hat guitar.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Jimmy Crack Corner. I don't care.
Jimmy Crack Corn, and I don't care.
Hey guys, this is great. I love my hat. Thanks a lot.
Kurt Angle was very funny, man.
He was.
He paid his dues. He played the dumb guy. He played the funny guy.
Mhm.
He played a serious role. I mean,
he was a great wrestler.
and
And
he
he
did,
got his head shaved.
yeah, yeah.
And he wore the toupee with the headgear.
With the
for a while.
headgear on, yeah.
Honorable mention there while we're on him getting his head shaved. Edge and Lita's live sex celebration that
Yes.
went wrong in so many ways.
Yeah, where the blanket lifted up and you've seen everything.
Yeah.
Um,
Almost everything.
I mean, I guess I got to put Sean one in there, right? I
you
mean,
don't have to. I mean, is there a Sean
Sean-
skit that really sticks out
to
that
me,
hard?
I mean, to me, the Sean
Sean.
where it's not so much a skit, but maybe like when he was sticking the Canadian flag up his
Oh,
nose.
okay, that's fun.
And when they're doing the skit and he's naked and he keeps jumping and they're putting the belt in front of him.
How about when they had the big sausages? And stuff?
Yeah, and when after the Undertaker got roasted and they're like talking about how they would barbecue
Yeah.
their Undertaker. I know. I mean, just DX in general. There's just so
I
many.
got a good one, Sean.
Shawn Michaels super kicking everybody because they're not controversial enough
Oh,
anymore.
yeah.
And he super kicks a little girl.
When Triple H first goes to find him again in like 2007, and he's working at the
Yes,
fry place.
at the kitchen. He's
Yeah.
working in the kitchen at the hospital. Hickenbottom, what are you doing talking here, Frank? Get back to work.
Super kick.
Yeah,
Sean
Super
does
kick.
a goofball.
yeah.
You see like the cereal and everything go flying out of the guy's hand. That's what I was actually about to bring up too. That was another
Well,
good
they
one.
Sean and Hogan.
they
when he
kind of did
imitated
it.
him,
They
Larry
kind of
King.
did it during Double or Nothing when the Young Bucks super kicked those two
Yeah,
guys in the
yeah, I
papers
like that,
and
yeah.
they threw all the papers. That was a
Where's your
Sean.
credentials? Super kick.
Yeah. But yeah, that's Sean. That was Sean coming back was funny. And then Jericho. I mean, the Jericho. The list was just
Oh,
a
that
great
was
run.
great. Yeah, I thought that was fantastic.
Every time he came on with the list, it was funny.
One more that
You just
One
made
more
the
that a
list.
lot of everybody probably wouldn't know about, and I find this one hilarious. I think I've shown it to you guys before, but it was the Battle of Los Angeles 2015 when the Young Bucks would be getting announced, and they'd super kick the shit out of the announcer Angelo for 2 nights in a row.
Yeah.
Tried to get him the third night, and Angelo ended up clotheslining the shit out of them and Adam Cole.
That's kind of funny.
And it the funny thing was the first night they super kick him, and it's like, oh yeah, no big deal. Super kick the announcer. Match continues. Next night, super kick him again, and it's against SCU. So it's Daniels and Kazarian. And the match is going on while Angelo's laying in the ring. He's getting like elbow dropped, hip tossed on. And then Daniel's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Why did you super kick him? And then I can't remember what he says, but they're all standing there looking at each other and like, and they start stomping a mud hole in the announcer. And then it's like, too sweet.
Yeah. So
PWG has some
we'll
funny
do
moments.
one quick worst
Jushin Thunder Liger,
skits.
the thumb spot.
God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
worst
Well, I was gonna
skit.
say that another good one was Joey Ryan when he came the resurrection.
Oh,
When he
the
got a
resurrection.
When he got a heart on him,
Resurrection.
and all the penis druids came
Yeah.
out. That was so
So
great.
we'll say
resurrection.
worst one, and then we'll wrap it up. So
Mhm.
you have one on the top of your head that was just
Well, I got one.
I just more so just one continuous skit was with Gangrel from Brood.
really.
I did not like them at all.
Oh,
I
so
didn't like him.
I
Period.
thought when they turned the lights off and came on, the person was soaked in blood. I
Yeah.
thought that was cool.
It's
Yeah,
cool.
without the Brood, though, you take away a good third of the Attitude Era that made our
Yeah,
childhood.
you're right.
I never think
The Hardy
Well, Edge
Boys
and
and
Christian.
Edge and Christian were in the Brood.
I thought that
I just
Gangrel
didn't
was
like
my great
Gangrel.
wrestler.
Yeah,
I didn't like him.
He's the only one
Edge
that
and Christian.
didn't go anywhere.
yeah, the only one. Now, what would be one of your worst one?
New Day Time Machine.
The New Day Time
No,
Machine.
That was awful. That was awful. Sammy Zayn and Bobby Lashley's sisters. Awful.
Oh, that was really
Yeah,
bad.
that
Yeah.
was-
Bailey, This Is Your Life. Awful. A lot of stuff in the past 2 years.
The Rock, This Is Your Life was funny.
That was great.
Yeah. What about you?
Crime Time.
Oh yeah, that was a racist one.
Black guys steal everything, and then they sell it to people.
They
Yeah.
sell it like it's nobody's business, and they
That's-
still do it when they tag together in the independent scene. But Crime Time was honestly just one of the worst possible things you could have
So,
did at that time.
It would be a disservice to a wrestling podcast if we said best skits and worst skits, and we didn't say the Shockmaster.
Oh,
That was a
the best worst skit,
one-time
Yeah.
right? Or the worst
thing.
best skit, right?
Yeah.
I still don't know how to this day that guy goes down as being like the worst spot in wrestling history when it was literally one
But it
moment.
was so bad. It was so bad it changed his
all
whole
he had to
character.
do was not fall.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that'll do it for us. While you're here, Scott, you have anything you want to plug? Anything you got going on?
Nope.
Scott will be joining us on a Bangin' Beers very soon.
cool.
He went to we talked about it last show. He went to Appalachian Brewery Company
Mhm.
and he brought us back some beers, and we're gonna try those and have a good time.
That one you brought us over that night was pretty good.
Was
Yeah.
it? Good.
Yeah. What do you got, Andy?
Let's see. Again, nothing's going on this Saturday.
Are you
And
going to
then
join us at the
next-
ball?
Next, no, that's not my scene.
Come
That's
on.
Yeah.
last night. That's totally not for me. Nothing against it.
Yep.
I'm all for it. There is a True Wrestling next Saturday, but we're not on the card because Drew has his. I think it's his wife's birthday or something. So
Okay.
I might possibly not have next shows for next 2 weeks, so I might get on one the 12th. So if someone wants to book me for June 12th, I'll
Yeah.
come to the show.
Yeah.
Even the Saturday, man, I'm not doing
All he needs is a soda and a hot dog.
That's it. Handshake, brother. That's it. Yeah. We're giving you opportunities. I have nothing to plug. Go like calling the power ring. There you go.
What do you got?
Watch NXT this Saturday.
Yeah.
I'll let you plug the ball because you know a little bit more about it than I do. But,
I really don't know much. I just know it's open to the event for Saturday. We're going to the Friday and Saturday show.
Oh, it's two.
Yeah,
Two
it's
days.
Friday is a limited
There was
party.
a limited party that we bought tickets for, so we'll be at Friday and Saturday.
Now, where's it at?
It's at the Ramada.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
In Pottsville.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
But,
It's just pretty much the guy does a magazine. He's gonna have a lot of the girls that he had in the magazine there, and it's gonna be a party. I
Wow.
think they're gonna play some games and have a DJ and just have fun, and people are gonna network and talk to each other.
You know, the bottom of that used to be a restaurant. It used to have a buffet down there.
Yeah. Yep.
But,
I was there years and years ago. It was
Mhm.
good.
We have an ode to things that weren't cool in high school this weekend. If you get a chance, go check out some movies. We have Godzilla, Ma, John Wick Chapter 3 is out already.
Oh, and if you didn't watch yesterday's episode, go do that. Nick brought some awesome 3D printing
Yeah,
stuff. It was so cool. Like if you need something 3D printed, call that guy up, man. He makes some cool stuff.
Yeah, there was a lot of cool
One
stuff
I'm
there.
interested to see, Rocket Man. comes out tomorrow.
Yeah. Yep. Rocky
Well,
Man
tonight,
tonight.
technically.
Yeah.
How about
And then
Elton John.
this Sunday being the first Sunday of the month at the AmVets Post 180 in Pottsville, it is their monthly all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet for $9.
Nice.
That's 1300 Seneca Street, Pottsville, PA. Breakfast
not a bad
runs from
price.
7 to 12.
So we got
Not bad price at all.
the Retro Lovely Ball Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday is the day I die.
Bad Maggie.
Day I die?
Bad Maggie is playing at Hot Rod on Saturday night. If anyone wants to go see Bad Maggie, they're playing Hot Rod Bar and Grill in Carsona.
Oh, the former Dodge City.
Yeah.
That has the half a Hummer stick now.
Yep.
Yeah. So they're playing there Saturday. And then Sunday we do a back-to-back Bangin' Beers episode. So back-to-back. So
are
at
you gonna
three,
take a little break though?
nope. At 3:00, it is Apollo 88. They come and hang out and
Where's
drink some
Ben?
beers.
The second one.
I deemed Apollo 88 and this is not trying to sound like I'm into dudes, but I appreciate when people need to be appreciated. They're the
Yeah.
best looking band in School County.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, they all look like they should be the captain of a football team.
Oh,
Like, you know how like there's like every captain of the football team just has like the nice hair and they're just real like pretty boys, like they got to really
picture them with the glow behind them.
yeah that's every
like
member.
Martha Stewart.
They're the Schuylkill County Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, they're the heartthrob band,
Oh,
and they
boy.
bring their whole bunch of girls go to the shows. Like,
I don't like them.
yeah, they play Blue too, and their originals are really good too. They
I mean, you've seen the magazines. You sure you don't want to come to the ball?
Absolutely not.
yeah,
You don't have a nice little.
I can look at hot girls all day on the internet,
yeah,
and I'm not gonna talk to them anyway. They ain't gonna talk to me. So
unless you pay for a cam service, I guess.
yeah.
But yeah, so
Bangin' Bears Part 2.
Bangin' Beers Part 2 will be Bangin' Beers with Blackwells.
Oh.
So it's going to be a little cool thing. My dad and his brother are 11 years apart.
Okay.
And my Uncle Butch has some really fucking hilarious stories. So
Mhm.
you definitely want to tune into that.
I'm
So
going to
it's-
come up here and sit
That's
in
a-
on that episode because I want to hear these stories
Oh, you're
firsthand.
gonna-
I don't want to hear these through
you're,
the phone.
You're going to be crying.
That's-
That's okay.
That's a hell of a name. Isn't that his real first name? Butch Blackwell?
Butch-
That sounds like an old
his
Asian wrestler.
actual name is Elmer.
No, but
I'll go by Butch.
Butch
Yeah.
Blackwell is a better name.
Yeah. So it's my Uncle Elmer, or my Uncle Butch. And my dad, and then me and my little brother, who's home from the military.
Oh, cool.
He's home for a
If you
couple
can
days.
pry him away from Williamsport for
He's
2 hours.
coming. He's coming.
And to Ben.
Yeah. And Ben. And then we also added another guest.
Oh, really?
Yes, we're gonna have Brett from the Cake Stand in Monty City.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Is
So-
he the owner operator? I guess you could say.
I don't know
Or
if he's
is he
owner
the-
operator, but he's manager. We'll say.
Okay.
Is he going to bring the supplies?
He's not. So the reason why I invited him is because Austin's bringing a lot of cool beers from San Diego. That whole episode will be beers from
The
San
West
Diego,
Coast.
No,
the
cool.
West Coast beers, and because he does help us out. He hooks us up, at the Cake Stand.
Gives us some advice.
He lets me know when beers are coming in
Mhm.
and what he's getting, and hey, what do you want to get? What type you like? And then
Broken Skull IPA.
when I get good ones,
Finally found Lollihop after a month of searching.
Yep. He does us great, and he put our sticker right there by the register.
Cool.
And when people go in there and say they heard it from the podcast, he lets me know, which is cool. So I want to treat him to some beers that he probably won't get unless he's on the East Coast.
Yeah.
So I want him on the show to come in and kind of talk about the Cake Stand as well. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. And then Monday we have Ted Hazard. He's a musician and a comic book guy.
Is he a wrestler? There's
Yeah.
a lot of good wrestling names
Good
here.
wrestling names.
Ted Hazard versus Butch Blackwell.
Who's going through the table?
And then interfered by Sour Sharp.
Yes.
But yeah, we have a lot of really cool stuff coming up. And like I said, go check out our outdoor live event coming in August. Go check out the event and give that a like and come to
Don't
it.
believe everything you hear about this event. There's still little
No,
tweaks.
it's
Well,
There's
no,
still some
you
tweaks.
should believe because everything is true.
Oh,
that's
believe
been
everything you
announced,
see
right?
there on the flyer for now,
Yeah.
but don't read into it too much because there's more to come.
Yeah, there's more comics. It's gonna be a lot of good time. We'll have vendors and a lot of fun stuff. So anyway, I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and that's gonna wrap it up for Tornado Tech
Mhm. I
Podcast.
have
Next
no
week,
belt. I have no belt.
we don't really have a topic.
Hey, if
next
John
week.
Moxley wins the U.S. belt, I'll have a belt here.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll have
Sorry,
that. Maybe
put
bring
that
the
out there.
ECW one next time.
Well,
do ECW.
If he wins, then I got UGP, unless it's fine. Just the same.
Yeah. All right. I'm with it.
Just saying.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Keep hitting that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. See you later.
Yeah.